Exactly. They're charging me now. It's brutal.
She does smell like a dog. Really?
The following is a presentation of Bourne Braves Baseball, the 2009 Cape Cod League champions.
The 2021 season was a year of unprecedented success for the Bourne Braves.
Swing and a miss, strike three, and the Bourne Braves are off to a perfect 5-0 start in 2021.
Oh my goodness, the Braves do it again! Win number 20 in the most dramatic fashion.
0-1 and Wallace sends a drive into left field. The Braves have won it!
After a 24-9-3 regular season earned the Bravos the President's Trophy, the Braves battled all the way to the CCBL Championship Series.
Swing and a miss! For the first time since 2017, the Bourne Braves punched their ticket to the big dance.
But the team came up just 2 games short.
Brewster defeats Bourne in the championship series of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Now, as the calendar flips to 2022, a slew of fresh faces come to Doran Park, including the man in charge.
The Bourne Braves have hired Scott Landers as the team's new field manager.
And with him comes just one returning star.
Smacked into right center, that's going to get down. The 4th RBI for Joshua Moylan.
But that doesn't mean the Braves aren't loaded from top to bottom.
This one taken high and deep to left. Is that going to get out of here? Jumping up, it's gone!
And swings, broken bat, lofted into right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Swing and a miss, strike three.
It's a brand new full season of Bourne Braves baseball, and it starts right now.
Cloudy afternoon. The sun is out here at Veterans Field here in Chatham as the Braves take on the Anglers here on the road for the first time in 2022. Max Tanner's joined alongside Calvin Cristoforo as the Braves look to make it 3 wins in a row for the first time this summer. Calvin, a big win yesterday, 1-0 over those Falmouth Commodores, and the pitching, the biggest story.
Yeah, the pitching was really the only story because the offense was MIA for the 4th time in really 5 games for this Braves team. Matt Shaw came up with the one big hit, but if it wasn't for the efforts of Garrett Edwards, who was actually released this afternoon, and then Nelson Berkwich, who put together 3 1/3 really gutsy innings, and Nigel Belgrave, who continues to roll in the back end of that Braves bullpen, the Bravos would not have gotten a win last night. Luckily, they did. A victory 1-0 to make their winning streak 2, trying to make it 3 tonight against this Chatham Ball Club.
And you mentioned Edwards no longer with the club, left the club with a bang after those 5 innings of work, getting his 2nd win of the summer. Couple of new additions, Brendan Malone, who we just saw with Brewster last Sunday, and then Hunter Furtado out of Alabama joining the club today. He'll get the start this afternoon. Now, Calvin, 1 run yesterday, you mentioned it, 15 strikeouts on the offensive side of things for the Braves as well. What has to happen for them tonight to take advantage of this struggling Chatham club?
Well, they can't take strike 3 as much as they did last night. 15 strikeouts for the Braves last night. They were putting together unproductive at-bats and not at least putting the ball in play, because at the end of the day, you put the ball in play, most times good things happen. You can't strike out 15 times in a ball game, especially when you're leaving in runners in scoring position, something you've done all season. Last night, there wasn't that many runners left in scoring position. That was because there wasn't really many runners on base. You got to put the ball in play. That's how you turn around a struggling offense.
The Braves 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position yesterday. Just 2 men reached second base as well. We're going to take a quick break, but make sure to stay tuned as we got the fastest 15 minutes in baseball coming up before the Bravos with Ethan Frank and Mac Friday right after this.
43 of the Braves' 44 regular season games this summer will take place on the Cape, but for the first time ever on July 25th, Polar Park, home of the Worcester Red Sox, will host a Cape Cod League game when the Bravos take on the Wareham Gatemen at 6:45. Gates open at 5:45, and admission is $10 to watch the Braves take on a West Division rival on an even greater stage.
The Braves are the reigning champs of the Cape Cod League West Division, but the West in 2022 is loaded again and as wild as ever. With 6 games against Hyannis, Wareham, Falmouth, and West Division runner-up Katuitt, it's a packed slate against division foes thirsty for revenge. To check out where and when the division matchups go down, head to our website, bornbraves.org, and check out the Bravos' full schedule.
After COVID-19 canceled the 2020 season and shortened 2021, this year will be the first since 2019 with a full 44-game schedule and an 8-team playoff. That means you can catch the Braves squaring off with each team in the West 6 times and each team in the East 4 times. It's a jam-packed slate for the Braves in 2022, and you can check out the squad's complete schedule on our website, bornbraves.org. First pitch is right around the corner. Now back to Before the Bravos, the official Born Braves pregame show.
Welcome to Before the Bravos, Ethan Frank, Mac Friday, for the first time here at Veterans Field. And I'll say it, Mac, this ballpark is beautiful. How are you doing on the day of your namesake?
Oh, it's the best day of the week, TGIMF. Thank God it's Mac Friday. Best day of the week, best ballpark we've been to thus far. We'll talk about that later. But, wow, immaculate day. I could have used a little bit less cloud cover, but
I think it's perfect.
I'm being picky here.
Oh, you're being a little bit too picky my eyes, but something you cannot be picky about is just how good the Braves pitching was last night, starting with Garrett Edwards, then going to Nelson Berkwich, and then closing it out was Nigel Belgrade.
I'll tell you what, this Braves pitching staff is hotter than the pyroclastic flow from a Mount Vesuvius eruption. They were fantastic yesterday. Fantastic. Garrett Edwards was great. Nelson Berkwich was striking people out left and right. Seth Keener yesterday, or the day before, was fantastic. They carried on that performance. A great job from the Bravos pitching staff. Wow, that breaker ball from Nelson Berkwich last night as well was working tremendously.
Yeah, just a lot of action running away from hitters last night. And the fastball with great life on it as well. Berkwich has proven to be really, really effective as a left-hander out of the bullpen. But you can't talk about the good things without talking about the bad things once again. And that was a relapse of the Braves hitting again, and besides Matt Shaw.
Like we talked about, Calvin hit on a little bit earlier, 15 strikeouts. Swinging, looking, doesn't matter how. So many strikeouts for the Bravos last night. Only 4 hits in a 1-run game. Matt Shaw, the only difference. He's also been extremely hot. Nonetheless, a tough time in the batter's box. Got to find a way to turn that around.
You do. And I think the good thing is I noticed 2 guys who were really hitting the ball hard and got unlucky last night, and that was Jack Duffy and Wyatt Hensler, which was really interesting to me.
Duffy, 2 for his last 18. I saw him earlier today on my way out of the dugout. The beard is gone. It is just a mustache for Jack Duffy today. Maybe that's got to deal with a little bit of superstition. Maybe he wants to change things up. Maybe that'll spark something. I once saw Alex Bregman in an Astros game go into the locker room mid-game and shave off his mustache. So we could see that happen from Duffy if the facial hair difference does nothing for him.
Something I'm really interested about in this Braves lineup, no Chris Brito tonight. He will obviously be available to hit. I would imagine he seemed in good spirits in the dugout, so can't imagine there's an injury there. But the first time this season he's not been in the lineup for the Braves. Big right-handed power bat on a night where the wind is blowing out of this ballpark.
Well, typically in a place where he's the designated hitter, they hand off the keys to Evan Slight, who is also a guy from Rutgers. So maybe trading one guy from Rutgers for another in the fact that need a different designated hitter. Moylan will play first, and you kind of get that rotation going. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him as a pinch hit option late in the game, if necessary.
Absolutely not, but another thing that I've been really impressed at with Brito is his defense at first base. Last night, some really nice plays, part of a 3-6-3 double play, if I remember correctly. This defense has been really, really strong for the Braves, despite, today the release of Lane Forsythe, a wizard at shortstop. But this has still been a really strong defense, and last night it was on display with that strong pitching.
We send our best luck to Lane Forsythe in his future, but an unfortunate loss for sure, especially on the defensive side. And like you said, Chris Brito had some fantastic unassisted plays yesterday. He beat out several runners to first on grounders that were behind the bag, so some excellent plays from him. And, yeah, like you said, that bat will always be an option off the bench, and the defense has been pretty great.
Absolutely, it was. So the question tonight, who steps up for the Braves?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I'm excited to see what we can see from Hunter Furtado. Normally a reliever, he will start today, so I talked to him before. Fastball, slider, changeup, curveball mix, and he's going to go after guys, kind of attack with that curveball as well to get swings and misses. So I think Hunter Furtado will have a good 3-4 innings, get the ball rolling. Hopefully the bats follow suit.
I got Josh Moylan stepping up tonight. Power bat, wind
Big
is
crank.
blowing out to right field. There is maybe the largest American flag that is not on a field before a game that I have ever seen blowing across the street from this ballpark right now, and that flag is blowing in the wind out to right field, only 3:14 down the line. I think these Braves left-handed hitters with power, like Moylan and Slight, can have a big impact tonight, and maybe we even see a little power out of Carson Rocafort. We haven't seen that much this season, but I really like those three lefties to step up tonight.
Carson Rocafort hit one over the road in right center field in batting practice, so certainly a lot of pop in his bat here in Chatham at least. And my God, that flag, I haven't seen a flag that big since I was back home in Texas.
Well, everything is bigger in Texas.
Absolutely, I had to throw that jab in there.
So before we close out, before the Bravos for tonight, I want to do a little re-engaging of our ballpark rankings. We did ballpark rankings a couple of days ago, but now having visited not all 10, we visited 9 out of 10 ballparks.
Correct.
What are your rankings? Would you like to start or would you like me to start?
I'll let you go first because I'm updating mine as we speak.
Okay. Veterans Field has skyrocketed to the top.
Yep.
The atmosphere, the backdrop, the setting is just picturesque for baseball. Obviously, left field, a big giant scoreboard, trees behind that. That's okay. But having outfield seating and good outfield seating at that, just a nice hill, you can plop a chair down, hang out, watch the game from a great outfield view is just really, really enjoyable. And then you have this little, I don't even know what you call it, it's almost an amphitheater around the plate.
That's a great way to put it.
And it is just a really great atmosphere to watch a ball game. The people are engaged, and that is what matters most. And I think the definitive thing in my rankings is that I like a lot of the Eastern Division ballparks more than the Western Division ballparks. Really like Brewster, really like YD. Obviously, they have their limitations because of location and no lights.
Correct.
But White House Field, that's a great playing surface. Atmosphere admittedly wasn't great there, but a lot of good places out east. Compared to the West, not a fan of Wareham. Catuit was good, but Falmouth, besides the dugouts,
Catuit is the gem of the West, along with our own home, Doran Park.
Exactly.
Catuit is the gem of the West.
And obviously, we haven't been to Hyannis yet.
Chatham Veterans Field quickly skyrocketed to the top of my rankings as well. It's Chatham, Orleans, Catuit, Harwich, YD, Bourne, Brewster, Falmouth, and Wareham.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, why don't we get on to our predictions for tonight? Obviously, this is a Chatham team that has not done very well so far this season. Just 4-11-2, losers of 3 in a row. They've scored 1 run in their last 27 innings.
Ouch.
1 run in their last 27 innings, a league low 10 points on the season, 1-8-1 in their last 10 games, a negative 24 run differential on the season. Do they snap it tonight?
I think there's an opportunity for them to do so, especially with an unseen arm for the Bravos on the bump today to start. So I'm not really sure exactly which way to predict it. I think the bats are going to have a good time in this field, especially with a lefty-heavy lineup in that short right field porch. I can see some Bravos home runs, some extra base hits today. I think the bats are going to come alive, and the Braves are going to continue this little wind spurt that they got going, extended to 3.
I like that as well. Do you have a score?
I do not have a score, but it's going to be close.
Okay.
Within 3 runs.
I was going to say 4-1.
Okay.
I think
so that's that ballpark. Yeah, I like that.
Because this is a Chatham team that has not really done anything at the plate, as we just mentioned. And obviously, it is a beautiful night for baseball, a beautiful night for hitting. They have the big left-hander, Caden Grice, who's done a good job. I heard he hit one across the road in a game this season. So he's got that power. We'll see who else has the power for both of these teams tonight. But I got one final question for you, Mac.
I'm listening.
What's the best thing you've eaten here in Chatham so far? Have you had anything good?
I haven't had anything to eat.
You haven't had anything to eat?
Anything. I mean, Starburst from a gas station, but that doesn't count. So I'll update you on before the Bravos tomorrow on the best thing that I ate in Chatham.
Okay, what do you think about the red jerseys, though?
I like them. I like them. I
Friday
think
night specials.
It's a unique thing that they do this.
The Mac Friday night specials.
Yeah, the Mac Friday night special. I think it's a very unique thing that they do this every Friday for all the home teams on the Cape. I think it's super cool. The camo hats are even better than the red jerseys, though. I'm a huge fan of the camo hats.
I can't say I'm a camo fan.
Really?
I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the camo hats looked fantastic with the Bravos home whites.
Okay, but I think it's different per team because this is a team in Chatham that is like a royal blue. I think camo looks much better with darker toned colors.
Okay, I was a fan of it, like I said, with the Bravos home whites. So that's just me, but I can respect your opinion. With the blue, I can see how that won't really mix.
All right, so we're almost getting up to the national anthem, which is our cue to go. But here on Before the Bravos, looking ahead a little bit. Why don't we do a little bit of looking ahead after tonight? So you have a winnable game tonight against the Chatham team in last place. Tomorrow, barring weather, where the forecast is calling for rain, you have a Falmouth team that is last in the West, and you just beat last night, that has lost 5 games in a row, and then 2 games against Wareham, who's in 4th place in the West as well, 4 points behind the Bravos. So this is 4 games before a day off on Tuesday, all winnable for Bourne, and could make a huge difference in the standings.
You need a win over Chatham today, get the Bats going to continue that into Falmouth tomorrow. And then if you can stretch some good offense there, I can definitely see a split, if not a sweep, over the Gatemen, for sure. But it all starts tonight because you only had 4 hits in 1 run last night in Falmouth. It all starts tonight. You need to get the Bats rolling. And if that happens, I can see them potentially winning the next 4.
The Bravos looking for, what would this be, their 5th win over an East Division team, 2 over Harwich, 2 over Orleans, and to continue the good vibes going against East Division opponents. That'll do it for Before the Bravos. Mac, any final words?
Let's play ball.
Let's play ball. That'll do it for us. You'll hear Calvin and Max the rest of the night. Enjoy the game.
Missed the biggest part of the game? Don't worry, the Bravos have you covered. Catch the Call the Game on the Braves Twitter @BoardBraves to hear the night's biggest moment. From big-time strikeouts to crazy web gems, game-winning home runs, and more, whether you hear it for the first time or you just want to relive the magic, the Call the Game will bring back the best moment from the night that was.
Free! It's a word you don't hear often, but it's the only word in the Cape Cod League. Every single game on the Cape is free, which means you can bring the entire family, extended family, and the extended family for no charge at Doran Park or to any other game on the Cape. Catch the best collegiate summer league in the nation for absolutely no charge all summer long.
Cape Cod League Baseball is back on the New England Sports Network in 2022. Nesson will feature 5 Cape League games on its airwaves this season, the first of which comes on June 30th when the Braves take on the Falmouth Commodores, and then the Nesson crew comes to Doran Park on July 21st when the Braves host the Wareham Gatemen. All Cape League games on Nesson start at 7, and the station will also feature the league's All-Star Game. It's the best summer baseball in the nation, and it's live on the same station as the Boston Red Sox all summer long.
The Bourne Braves will be holding youth clinics this summer. They're for boys and girls ages 5 to 12, plus we'll offer 1 week of clinics for ages 12 to 15. For more information, visit the 50/50 table near the concession stand or visit our website at bournebraves.org.
Win or lose, there's always a Brave that sticks out on the field. Head over to our YouTube channel by searching the Bourne Braves or head to @BourneBraves on Twitter and catch the post-game interview every night with a player of the game on game night with me, Ethan Frank. And as always, you have a say on who gets to chat with me. Tweet at us @BourneBraves and use the hashtag Player of the Game to submit your pick for the POG.
The stars of the Bourne Braves can't perform well with an empty stomach, and neither can the best fans in the Cape Cod League. Hungry at Doran Park? Visit our concession stand down the third baseline, serving your favorite ballpark classics, including hot dogs, hamburgers, popcorn, cold drinks, and more. The concession stand at Doran Park is the place to go, because the only thing better than watching the Braves live is watching the Braves live with a hot dog in your hand.
Cape Cod League Baseball is live. The Bourne Braves are in action.
We are live from Veterans Field here in Chatham as the Braves get set to take on the Anglers for the second time this season. Let's take a look at the starting lineup sent out by first.
This is Nelson Berkowitz, left-handed pitcher from Veterans University of Maryland. Braves baseball.
Go Bourne Braves. Yes, followed by the hot-hitting Matt Shaw at short. Josh Moylan's been swinging it very well over the last week. Will man first base, batting third. Jack Duffy cleaning things up. Will man left field, followed by John Peck at third base. Carson Roccaforte batting sixth in right field. Evan Slate, make that Slight, will DH batting seventh. Tomas Frick, the catcher, eighth. And Bryce Evelyn will round out the nine as he makes way to his teammate and Hunter Furtado making his Braves debut tonight. On the mound for Chatham, it'll be Magnus Ehlers out of Florida Southwestern pitching on the mound for the Anglers this evening.
Yeah, Ehlers really tough. This is a guy who tore up junior college this season for a 10-0 record. He was unbeaten, had 141 strikeouts. That was second in the nation for all junior colleges at the Division II JUCO level. A 2.48 ERA at Florida Southwestern State, and he's brought that success with him here to the Cape. In 8 2/3 innings of work has allowed just 2 earned runs. Both of those came in his last appearance against Hyannis. A guy who you're going to see run a fastball in the low 90s, loves his slider, and another curveball to boot. Doesn't have a changeup, which is something interesting. Fastball, 2 breaking balls. A slider, which is obviously the 9-3, 3-9 cut across home plate, and then 12-6 breaker. He throws his 2 breaking balls about 20% of the time, while he throws that fastball 60% of the time.
And that slider was a good pitch for him this year in school ball, a 46% whiff rate, as he'll be facing a team in the Braves that struck out 15 times yesterday against Falmouth pitching. Again, if you did not tune in yesterday, Drew Summers made his first start in a collegiate setting in his entire life and went 5 innings for the Commodores, striking out 9 batters along the way. This is an Anglers team that enters tonight struggling mightily, have not won in their last 5 games. In fact, have lost 3 straight. Their last win was 6 days ago against Brewster, a 7-2 win. And that win alone snapped a 3-game losing streak as they enter tonight at 4-11-2, last place in the East. Meanwhile, these Braves, they've won 2 in a row, looking to make it 3 tonight, entering at 500 at 7-7-3. We're just about ready to say play ball. Cloud coverage over the top here at Veterans Field. Lights already in play tonight as here comes Magnus Ehlers to the mound and Elijah Nunez to the left-hander's batter's box. We're ready to play ball here in Chatham. Ehlers from the first base side of the rubber, going from the windup, holding that glove right in front of his face. Kicks back and fires. His first pitch is a fastball up and away for ball 1, and we are underway. Wind blowing out hard towards straightaway right field, so we'll aid both lefties, or the lefties in both lineups this evening, as the 1-0 is a breaking ball in the outside corner. Counting if it's up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And watching batting practice, even a right-handed hitters, Matt Shaw hit one halfway up the hill out there in right field, so the ball is definitely flying out to right tonight.
1-1, swing and a miss. Nunez quickly behind at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Short porch down the right field line as well, 314 feet in that direction, 357 feet to both alleys, 385 feet to straightaway center, and 340 feet down the left field line here in Chatham. 1-2 on its way. Fastball just a bit outside ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We talked about Ehlers' velocity averages 90 miles an hour, but 94 on that pitch. He's feeling it here in the first inning.
He kicks back and fires. Here's his 2-2. Swinging a bounding ball fouled on the first base line. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Calling balls and strikes tonight will be Dave Perry behind home plate. Mike Beal will man first, and Frank Battaglia will man third base. That's your umpire crew tonight. Nunez looking to continue to battle here. Was 0 for 4 yesterday with a couple of strikeouts. Picked up a stolen bag as well. His start yesterday marked his first game appeared in 7 straight contests. It's been 0 for 5 since his return. Pinch hit a couple of days ago as well. Next pitch on the way is taken down low, ball 3. Count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And Nunez led off last night's game by getting on first base on an error by the Falmouth shortstop, Nooney. Love to have him on first again tonight, especially with his speed.
Here's Ehlers' payoff pitch on the way. Swinging a line drive, shallow left center field. Coming in is Ingram. He's going to have to play this on a hop. Rolls past him. The center fielder, Deleo, will back it up, but holding at first base is Nunez after an aggressive turn. So for the second consecutive evening, Nunez reaches in the top of the first inning. Let's take a look at the rest of the starting defense tonight for Chatham. You just saw Chuck Ingram in left field. Jake Deleo, the center field. Right next to him will be Caden Grice in right. Anthony Nunez making his summer debut will man the hot corner. Marcus Brown and Mitchell Daly up the middle, and Jacob Castanazzi will man first base with Hayden Travinsky behind home plate. So here's Matt Shaw here. Nunez takes his lead from first base. Braves looking to push across a run here early as the first pitch is a bender in there at the top of the zone for strike one. Shaw in 10 games this year has reached base in all of them. He's picked up a hit in 8 of them as well, now hitting .361, which leads the ball club with 2 homers and 6 RBIs. One of those 2 homers coming yesterday, the only run that the Braves would score in their 1-0 win. Next pitch is flown to the air, shallow left again. Ingram charging. He's going to have to play this on a hop. Trotting into second base goes Nunez. So a couple of softly hit loopers into shallow left field gets the Braves started. First and second, nobody out.
Really good start for the Braves. Back-to-back base hits. Neither of them pretty hard hit, but against a Chatham offense that has really been struggling. Now with a batting average of 188, that's 9th in the league in the other dugout. If the Braves can hop on this Chatham team early, a team that has lost 3 in a row, it'd be a really big hole to climb out of against a Chatham ball club who, like we mentioned, has struggled to hit the ball. This is the Braves' hottest hitter at the plate in Josh Moylan. Can he do some damage here in the early innings?
First pitch is swung on and flown to the air, deep center field. Deleo going backpedaling in front of the track. He's there, he makes the catch. Tagging from second, heading for third is Nunez. He'll get there without a play as the shortstop and Brown cuts the throw off. So fly out to deep center off the bat of Moylan, first and third with 1 down as he goes after the first pitch.
Productive out, though, and he hit that very hard out to the 385 marker in dead center field. Obviously, with the short 314 porch out in right, that's a home run if he pulls it. But heads-up base running by Elijah Nunez, probably the quickest guy on this Braves roster, to notice the fly ball was going back near the warning track and be ready to tag up and make yourself 90 feet away here with just 1 out in the inning for the Braves' leading hitter in Jack Duffy.
We touched on it earlier as well, that wind blowing aggressively out towards straightaway right field. So first and third now, and Nunez 90 feet away, Shaw at first, who has good speed, 7 of 8 in stolen base attempts this year. Here's Jack Duffy. Quick move over to first base, Shaw back in safely.
And with Duffy's speed, the second baseman in Daly has to pinch up the middle to prevent the stolen base. That means there is a gaping hole with the first baseman Casignazi holding Shaw on between the first baseman and the second baseman. If Peck can roll one over that side, the Braves would take a lead in this ballgame.
Eller's from the stretch. First pitch is swung and fouled straight back. Count moves to 0-1. Braves going with their road gray bottoms, navy blue tops. The Anglers tonight, their white bottoms with the red and camo Friday Cape Cod jerseys, of course, with the Cape Cod script across their chest, and the camo hats as well, as every home team does every Friday evening here on the Cape.
First time we're seeing, though, the new 2022 edition of these Cape Friday jerseys.
And they look sharp. They look sharp tonight. 0-1. Fastball misses upstairs, ball 1. Count will even up.
They're definitely lighter than the older ones are. This is more of a dry fit, 2-button, as opposed to the old Cape Cod ones. Granted, were airy, but they were the more heavy. They were Reebok branded stuff, a heavier, you got to button it all the way up. This is definitely a lighter shirt for a Friday night game here for the Anglers.
We have yet to see the Braves wear their Friday night reds, but hopefully on the next home Friday game we'll get to see them sport them. 1 ball, 1 strike. There goes Shaw. Pitch is lined to the left center field. That one's down for a base hit. Nunez will score. Shaw digging for third. He'll get there without a play. So a good start here for the Braves in the top of the first inning. They take a 1-0 lead thanks to a Jack Duffy RBI single to left.
Yeah, really good start. And I don't know the last time the Braves have gotten 3 consecutive hits like this. I know Moylan was flying out in the middle of this stretch here. But do you remember an inning where the Braves have strung 3 hits out of 4 batters in a row? If you have, it's been a while. And Speed now on first base, Speed at home plate. The Braves continue to try to make havoc on the bases. We'll see how many pitches it takes Duffy to go off of first base. But really, it's not a if situation. It's when Jack Duffy's going to try to swipe second here.
Runners at the corners, 1 down for John Peck. First pitch is a breaking ball in the inside corner for strike 1. And to add to your point there, Calvin, in 4 of the last 5 games, this Braves offense has mustered 4 hits or less in each of those. In fact, the prior 3 before their win a couple nights ago, they had picked up 1 run on 3 hits in 3 consecutive games, which all resulted in a loss. 0-1 is a breaking ball over the heart of the plate, strike 2. 0-2 on Peck.
Yeah, 3 hits in 1 out. A third of an inning, the Braves have 3 hits. They had 4 all of last night. It's just crazy to think about it, and still work to be done here with runners on the corners and just 1 out left in this inning.
Peck 0 for 3 last night with a strikeout, looking to battle here with 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Good breaking ball at 83 miles an hour as Ellerts pulls the string on Peck for a big out number 2.
That's a really big strikeout, and that's John Peck's struggle bug right there, swinging and missing at strike 3. That's his 17th punch out of the season. That leads all Braves batters. Now it's up to Carson Rockefort, who had a really good round of batting practice today. Put one up on the street over the hill by the fire station in BP earlier. Wind blowing in that direction. Doesn't have a home run for the Braves. The Bravos would just need a hit here, though, to get a second run on the board.
First pitch on the way is taken down low for ball 1. 1-0. Braves lead it 1-0 here early on in the top of the first inning. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Jack Duffy coming up big with his RBI single to left to give him his 3rd RBI of the year. Rockefort has driven in 1 run himself so far this season. Slow start for him, hitting a $172 as the next pitch is up and away with a heater for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
I think this is the night Rockefort's going to get one. Just watching him hit BP today, he was really locked in. Not saying he's going to hit a home run, but still, with no extra base hits on the summer for the Braves, he's going to put one either in the gap or over the fence. And with a 2-0 count here in the first inning, a really good opportunity to do that.
Here's the 2-0. Misses up and away. Snap throw to third. Shaw slides in. He is meat. They got him. Hayden Travinski back picks Matt Shaw at third base to get his pitcher and Magnus Ellerts out of a 1st and 3rd 2-out jam. Nonetheless, a run on 3 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on here for the Braves in the top of the first. We enter the bottom of the first. Chatham coming up for the first time tonight.
Feeling lucky? Head over to the 50-50 table at Doran Park and play everyone's favorite ballpark game of chance. A different list of prizes are available every home game, and of course, half the pot is always up for grabs. Take it from me, my family played the 50-50 last season and won a gift certificate to a local ice cream shop, and I can tell you firsthand it was delicious. Check out the list of prizes over at the 50-50 table next to the concession stand and play the 50-50 leg, because I'm sure there's a prize for you.
For the first time since 2019, the Cape Cod League All-Star Game is back. On Saturday, July 23rd at 6:45, the best players on Cape will come together in Wareham and duke it out in an East Division versus West Division clash. In 2021, the Braves had a league-leading 9 All-Stars, but they weren't able to shine in the mid-season showcase. But now the game is back, and it will include your favorite Braves stars as well as the best talent from around the Cape.
Grab your hot dog and your lawn chair. This is Born Braves Baseball.
1-0 Braves here in Chatham as the Anglers come to the plate for the first time tonight. Let's take a look at their starting 9 announced by manager Tom Holliday. Leading things off in center field will be Jake Deleo, followed by Johnny Castagnozzi. Chuck Ingram, the left fielder, will hit third. Hayden Travinski, who just back-picked Matt Shaw to end the inning over at third base, will clean things up. Dominic Samez, the DH, will hit fifth. Caden Grice in right field sixth. Anthony Nunez, making his summer debut, will bat seventh at third base. Mitchell Daly, the second baseman, will hit eighth, and Marcus Brown will round out the 9 against another guy making his summer debut in the left-hander out of Alabama, Hunter Furtado.
Furtado, a guy on the original Braves roster, just making his first appearance here for the Bravos, just activated today, so it might have been the thing of, hey, wait it out, we'll get you in on July 1. This is a lefty who likes to strike you out, but does give up runs. 33 strikeouts over 17 appearances for Alabama, but his ERA was up near 7.
He winds and fires. His first pitch to Deleo is a fastball that runs outside at 91. 1 ball, no strikes.
Fastball slider mix for this guy. Changeup at just 6%, but he really wants to work on his curveball, a pitch he really didn't feature much at Alabama.
1-0 found straight back. Count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
But pitchers come to the Cape, come to any summer league looking to try to develop a certain pitch, a particular pitch. For Hunter, it is the curveball, and that's the pitch he's going to look to feature tonight.
1-1 pitch is swung on a tap foul as it lands straight in the right-hander's batter's box, back by the back foot of Deleo. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he was talking to our beat reporter, Mac, Friday before the game, and Mac told us that curveball feels really good right now as well. So definitely something he's going to use a lot tonight. He's ahead of Deleo here, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Deleo hitting a clean 250 over 40 at-bats. So the 1-2 is just a bit up and away with a fastball. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deleo has a homer and 6 RBIs, but is 0 for his last 10. In fact, 10 punch-outs in his last 16 at-bats. This is a Chatham team that has really struggled with the swing and miss. 2-2, sliced foul in the air down the right field line. Count stays at 2-2. Chatham enters tonight with 182 strikeouts as a team collectively. That's good for first in the Cape Cod League. Just behind Falmouth by one punch-out, who entered yesterday against this Braves team as the leader as well. However, they're flipping the 1 and 2 spots tonight. So the 2-2 is smoked on a line, but snagged out of the air by John Peck as he lunges towards his right to take away an extra base hit from Deleo for a loud out number 1.
The Braves have the best, worst defense, whatever combination you want to put together here. They make crazy defensive plays, and you're like, wow, how did that play happen? And then you look up, and they're tied for 9th in the league with 20 errors. That's just a play where the Braves, who have had a lot of trouble throwing the baseball, didn't have to throw it. Great reaction time by Peck to flash the leather over there at the hot corner.
At third base tonight, started at short yesterday. Here's Johnny Castanazzi. First pitch is outside for ball 1. The Anglers' first baseman out for his second round with the Anglers this summer in 2021. In 14 games, hit 2 homers, 6 RBIs, 3 for 16 so far. So the next pitch will miss low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
So Hunter Furtado, the Braves pitcher tonight, was supposed to be wearing number 41. As you can see, I'm talking to you, Max, not the listener. He's wearing number 7.
2-0 is ground to the left side. Shortstop and Shaw will come around it, gobble it up, and throw across to first base for out number 2. So 2 quick outs for Hunter Furtado here in his Braves debuts. That brings up Chuck Ingram, the left fielder, to the plate.
And then you might at home be saying, oh, wait, hold up. Something ain't right. Don't we have another number 7 of the Braves roster? The Braves do. That's Seth Keener. But Furtado, an Alabama guy, is a transfer from Wake Forest. And who is his freshman year roommate? Seth Keener. So when Furtado's number 41 didn't fit him.
First pitch on the way to Chuck Ingram is swung on a miss for strike 1.
His old roommate, Seth, said, hey, Hunter, take my jersey. So tonight, with Seth Keener not being available after pitching the other night out of the Braves bullpen against Harwich, Hunter Furtado's the number 7 guy on the mound for the Bravos.
The beauty of summer ball. Here's the 0-1 from Furtado. Bender in there on the inside corner, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. And if you're any pitcher on this Braves staff, the approach has to be attacking the strike zone against these Anglers hitters. Again, they've struggled mightily to put the ball in play. Struggled overall offensively as well, as the 0-2 is just a bit down away for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Entering tonight, last in runs with 42, averaging just 2.5 per game. 8th in on base, 10th in slugging. We mentioned leading the league in punch-outs as well. Here's the 1-2 from Furtado. Swinging a foul straight back that nicks off the front knee of Frick, the catcher. Count stays at 1-2.
Hunter Furtado running his fastball up in the mid-90s, 95 miles an hour on the pitch before the last one. This is a guy whose heater got up to 98 this season at Alabama, and probably not going to see that number as a starter, but still impressive.
1-2 again. Breaking ball, weak wave and a miss for strike 3 as Furtado twirls a buckler right at the back foot of Ingram to retire the side. 1-2-3 go down the Anglers in the first inning. We head to the top of the second. 1-0 Braves your score.
Can first pitch not come soon enough? Well, don't worry. Before the Bravos has you covered. Starting 15 minutes before first pitch at home or on the road, Before the Bravos has the pregame insight and analysis you need to get game ready. From exclusive interviews, a first look at the opposition, lineup breakdowns, and so much more, Before the Bravos is the best place to start your evening of baseball. Before the Bravos, 15 minutes before first pitch, every game day, live on the Born Braves YouTube stream.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile believes that when small towns thrive, America thrives. That's why they are investing billions to bring fast, reliable, and affordable wireless service beyond the big cities to small towns across America. There's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com/acrossamerica to find out more.
Live baseball every night. It's another summer on Cape Cod.
Top half of the second inning, Braves lead at 1-0 after pushing a run across on the Jack Duffy RBI single. But they were looking for more in that first inning, had runners at the corners with just one out. And after Peck struck out and then Shaw was backpicked at third base, Magnus Ellerts was able to get out of a big jam.
And we've been saying a lot of really good things about Matt Shaw this season, and for a lot of good reasons. But that was not a very good defensive, offensive play. Getting picked off with runners on first and third, one out, and Carson Rockefort at the dish, who was having a really good game up to this point, obviously he hasn't played yet, but in BP, he looked locked in, so he was ready to go. In a really good hitters count, it had moved to 3-0. For Matt Shaw to get picked off and make the last out of the inning at third base, not a good start for the Braves shortstop.
It'll be 6, 7, and 8 to start things off here for the Braves in the second. Carson Roccaforte to lead things off, and we mentioned it, Calvin. He was putting on a show in batting practice earlier today. Hit one over the hill behind the right field wall towards the fire station here in Chatham. So he's going to look to put on a show here tonight in the game as well. First pitch is well up and away with a fastball for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Roccaforte 5 for 29, hitting $172, was at the plate when Shaw was backpicked. So we'll get to see Ellerts for a second time. 1-0 is outside ball 2. 2-0.
So Roccaforte's been at the plate for 5 pitches, the 3 in the at-bat when Shaw got picked off at third base, and now the first 2 at this at-bat. Yet to see a strike, so I bet he's going to be ready to go on this 2-0 pitch.
Hitters count for him. Here it is. Breaking ball bends in on the inside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Roccaforte got the day off yesterday, but started against Harwich on Wednesday, was 1 for 4 with 3 stolen bags. So now it's 5 in the season. 4 of those 5 come in the last 2 games for him. The 2-1 is a fastball up and away ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. So for Ellich so far, 12 strikes to 8 balls. Again, has labored with his command just a little bit after attacking the strike zone very aggressively to the first 3 batters who were all very aggressive against him. As we mentioned, 3 hits for the first 4 batters in this Braves lineup. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Roccaforte chases past 89. Count runs full at 3-2. Just about 72 degrees at first pitch about 20 minutes ago. Sun peeking out between the clouds now again. It was overcast skies for most of the afternoon, then at first pitch. Hopefully sun for the rest of the evening. So the 3-2 is taken down and in for ball 4. So a walk from Ellerts, the first he surrendered this evening, as that puts on fantastic speed at first base for the Braves to lead off this top of the second.
Yeah, back-to-back innings, the Braves have their leadoff man on. Elijah Nunez singled and scored. He's been taken out of this game, Max. He took himself out of the ball game, still dealing with that heel injury he suffered last week against YD. So he is out, and Brendan Malone has come in, the newest Brave, now in left field. They move Roccaforte from left over to center.
So here's Evan Slight, the DH. First pitch is flown to the air down the left field line, will slice out of play. Count moves to 0-1. You got to hope Nunez is okay. We mentioned it. Picked up that single back in the first inning. Came around the score on the RBI single from Duffy. It was that heel that he tweaked at YD last Tuesday, and then came back for his first game back on Wednesday, and then started on Thursday as well. As the next pitch on the way to Slight is tap fouled on the first base side. 0-2. So Roccaforte, who led off the inning with a walk, takes his lead from first base. Absolutely a threat to run, and this is a Braves team that loves to be aggressive on the base paths. Second in the league in stolen bags with 32. And just as impressive, have only been caught 7 times, so 32 for 39. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Ellerts. Swinging a fly ball left field and deep. Ingram sprinting back towards the track. He's there in the alley to make the catch for out number 1. Retreating to first base goes Roccaforte. So 1 on, 1 out now, as that sends up Tomas Frick to the plate. 1-0 Braves, your score here in the top of the second inning. Braves looking to get past that 1-run total. Again, if you go back to a couple nights ago, they had a 7-6 win against Harwich, and it was dramatic, and that may be an understatement after Josh Moylan drove in 5, including a walk-off 2-run double. Those 7 runs were the most they had scored in the previous 4 games. First pitch on the way to Frick is a fastball in the inside corner. 0-1 the count.
Braves would love to start getting some production out of the catcher position. Alan Espinal just 1 for 14 in his starts with the Braves this season. Tomas Frick in his 3rd start of the year, still without a hit. He's 0 for 5.
0-1, grounded to short, fielded by Brown. He'll shovel to second for 1. Daly's relay to first base is in time to retire Frick to retire this side as well. 6-4-3 double play ball gets Ellerts out of the top of the second. Ready to the bottom of the second. Braves lead it 1-0.
You know what Pete Alonso, Kevin Youkilis, and Lou Merloni all have in common? Go ahead, take a guess. Yeah, that's right. They're all former Bourne Braves. The list of famous Bravo alumni is lengthy and it's growing fast. Take 2021 Major League Baseball first overall pick Henry Davis, for example. He was on the Cape just 3 summers ago, back in 2019. So make sure you don't miss out on watching the future stars of tomorrow today. Admission to all games at Doran Park and around the Cape Cod League is free. For the full Braves schedule, head to the Bravos team website, bournebraves.org.
Did you know it takes $150,000 to field the Braves every summer? We are a non-profit, all-volunteer organization that relies solely on the donations of private citizens and local businesses. The Bourne Braves are a 501c organization, and all donations are tax deductible. You can donate today online at bournebraves.org.
The 2021 West Division champs are defending their title. Now back to Bourne Braves baseball.
Last of the second inning, Braves lead it 1-0 as Hunter Furtado comes out for his second inning of work. Magnus Eller's able to face the minimum after inducing an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play ball off the bat of Tomas Frick. Again, Calvin mentioned it, but some defensive changes now here for the Braves. Brendan Malone will make his Braves debut after facing them with Brewster on that doubleheader last Sunday. He's manning left field. Elijah Nunez now out of the game, as Carson Rockerfort will man center, Jack Duffy in right, and then your infield, John Peck, Matt Shaw, Bryce Evelyn, and Josh Moylan left to right, and Tomas Frick, as we mentioned, your catcher behind the plate. Here's Hayden Travinski, the catcher for the Anglers tonight to lead things off. The right-handed hitter digs into the box. Furtado, the lefty, winds and fires. His first pitch is an off-speed pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count.
And when he told us pregame he was working on his curveball, he wasn't lying. He completely fooled the left fielder Ingram on a breaking ball to end that first inning and then drops in a dime here to Travinski to lead off this inning.
0-1 is a bender in the dirt, blocked by the catcher and Frick. Count leaving up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And that change in that curveball, I should say, is so much slower than his other pitches. With his fastball in the mid-90s, his slider in the low 80s, his changeup at 80 miles an hour, that curveball is down in the low 70s, so it's a really big differential.
1-1, fastball just misses a bit up and away. 2-1, and if he could get that pitch going, which it has been tonight, again, you mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. Just use that about 5% of the time this year at Alabama, as the next pitch is on the outside corner for strike 2 with a heater. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That could be huge for him moving forward. 1, different pitch mix can help him get deeper into ball games, face lineups a multitude of times, but 2, change speeds as well. Here's his 2-2. Fastball, pop foul, straight back. Count stays at 2-2.
And it's a 20-mile-an-hour difference. It's 94 to 74. So he just goes back-to-back fastballs here to Travinski. He was on that when he fouled it straight back. You gotta think the hook is coming out of the back pocket on this pitch.
Holds his glove right at his belt. He now turns, kicks, and tosses. The 2-2 is that bender, but well up and away, and that looked like it slipped out. Count runs full at 3-2. 1-0 Braves, your score here in the bottom of the second inning. First time the Braves playing here in Chatham this year. As Furtado winds and fires, the 3-2 is swung and flown out to deep right field with some slice. Duffy will watch it fly foul. Count stays at 3-2.
And that ball was hit very, very hard. That was fair. That was a homer. And it seemed like a nothing foul ball pitch because it was foul off the bat. But Travinski got a lot of that. A guy who is only in his 4th start for Chatham, just 3 for 11.
3-2 is flown in that direction again, deep down the right field line. Duffy on his horse towards the line. This will fly out of play again. Count holds full.
Similar spot there, too. That one just not as far. Travinski putting together a really good at-bat here, and it has to be a good sign to Coach Tom Holliday, who is continuing to try different combination after different combination to try to score some runs for Chatham.
Longer hold from Furtado this time. He's now ready. His 3-2 again. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Back-to-back punch-outs for Furtado as this one opens up the bottom of the second.
And I love the pitch sequence there. It's curveball, fastball that is stung down the right field line, fastball again that stung down the right field line. In the back of Hayden Travinski's head, he's thinking, okay, when's the curveball coming back? When's the curveball coming back? It didn't come back, and he blows the fastball by him there, 3-2.
Here's Dominic Temez, the DH tonight, swinging from the right side as well. First pitch is a fastball upstairs for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. So a couple of Alabama products facing each other right here. Got to imagine they'll be at least discussing this matchup after the game tonight. Furtado winds and fires. The 1-0 is flown to the air, right field straight away. Duffy takes a couple steps in. He's there. He squeezes it for out number 2. So good start for Furtado. 5 up, 5 down in quick fashion now. 15 strikes to 9 balls as he's gotten through an inning and 2/3 of hitless work. That brings up Caden Grice, the right fielder, to the plate, looking to get things going. We mentioned the swing and miss struggles with Chatham this season. Grice right at the top of it. Has struck out a league-leading 23 times, hitting .208 with 2 homers as well. Tall open stance for the left side as the lefty and Furtado come set. His first pitch is just a bit inside with a changeup. 1-0 the count.
This guy is the Joey Gallo of the Cape Cod Baseball League. He will strike out. He leads the Cape in strikeouts with 23, but when he gets one, it's up near the fire station.
1-0, take it down low ball 2. 2-0. And for those who have never been to Veterans Field before, quite the scenery, I'd say. Some of the best I've seen so far in all the ballparks we've been. Beyond the right field wall, stretching all the way towards center, there's a large berm and a hill with a lot of fans on it. So the 2-0 is smoked on a hop. Off the glove, the sliding shortstop Shaw ricochets high into left field for a base hit. So Caden Grice now has picked up hits in back-to-back starts. The first hit of the night for Chatham as well. Comes with 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning.
And Matt Shaw was inches away from making another stinging line drive play. Picking it on a hop, but it was just too hot to handle off the bat of Shaw. Into left field, and Chatham has their first base hit here in the second inning.
Here's Anthony Nunez, quite a story here for the Anglers, making his Chatham debut tonight. As the first pitch is on its way, pounded up the middle. Eblin at second will field it and take it to the second base bag unassisted to end the inning. So hold that thought as Hunter Furtado, working quickly here tonight, has twirled together back-to-back shutout innings to hold a 1-0 lead for the Braves. We head to the top of the third, 9-1-2 due up for Bourne when we return.
Keep up to speed with the Braves when you're away from Doran Park by visiting our website at bournebraves.org, and be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Instagram and Facebook. You'll be kept up to date all year long with the Braves.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve, and that's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military and veterans. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
A night at the ballpark is one of the best ways to spend a summer evening with the family. With free admission to Doran Park and every field on the Cape, you can bring along the entire crew to experience a free night of fun at the park. Catch the best collegiate summer baseball league with the whole family all summer long, with tickets starting and ending at $0. To find the full Braves schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org.
Your favorite team on the Cape is back in action. Now back to Bourne Braves baseball.
1-0 is the Braves' lead as we begin the top half of the third inning here at Veterans Field in Chatham with Max Stanzer. I'm Calvin Cristoforo. Bravos to send up 9-1-2 in their order here in the third, going up against one of my favorite names in the Cape, Magnus Ellerts, in his third inning, the starter for the Anglers.
And he had a good bounce-back second inning, walked the first batter he faced in Roccaforte, but then was able to twirl a 6-4-3 double play ball, or I should say induce it, and his infielders did the twirling. But again, after a first inning where he gave up 3 hits to the first 4 batters he faced in a run, was able to get out of trouble, and now looking to get into a groove here and keep this a 1-run deficit, because as we mentioned, with Chatham's offensive struggles, anything more than 2 or 3 runs could be very difficult for them to come back from.
Another guy trying to get into a groove is the batter, Bryce Eblin, at the bottom of this Braves order. Just 4 for 34 so far on the Cape. The first pitch. Down low, a slider for ball 1. Bryce, at 118 batting average, does have a double. And is hitless since June 26. That was a couple games ago against Saihan. It's not the most recent time, the time before that. The 1-0 misses up and away. The count goes to 2-0.
And he's been used in a multitude of roles so far. In fact, his last 2 appearances have been pinch running opportunities. So maybe we'll get some opportunities, get some more starts, and get his timing back in a groove going.
2 words from Ellert, misses way out of the zone. The count has gone to 3-0. So the Braves, who got the leadoff man on in this game, and Elijah Nunez, he singled and scored in the first. And then Carson Roccaforte took ball 4 to lead off the second. are one pitch away from getting Bryce Eblin on to lead off the third inning.
And they're going to have to take advantage of this right here. Ellerts walked the first batter in Roccaforte, but they were not able to advance him into any extra bases just because of the ground ball double play off the bat of Frick. If you could get Eblin to reach right here, whether it's a hit or a walk, then you have the top of your order coming up, which could be a really good setup here for the Bravos.
Eblin, the left-handed batter with his red socks pulled up high, matching his crimson Alabama helmet. The 3-0 pitch coming from Ellerts. Up and away, not even near the zone. It's ball 4, and for the third straight inning, the Braves had their leadoff man on first base.
And a guy with good speed as well. Eblin just one stolen base, but that in a limited sample size. And now here's this new Brave coming to the plate, and Brennan Malone, a good opportunity to make a name for himself for the Braves faithful.
1-0 is the Braves' lead. Bryce Eblin, the runner on first base, with nobody out here in the top of the third inning. And here is the newest Brave in Brennan Malone. Just picked up from Brewster and activated today, the first pitch. A slider that misses on the inside corner for ball 1. Malone this season for the Whitecaps, a .233 hitter, a home run, 4 RBIs, but did burn the Braves for a 3-for-4 hitting game on opening night. Next pitch is up and away, so 6 straight balls here by Ellerts to start this third inning.
And again, it is a hitter's count here for Malone, 2-0, but he's going to have to be very selective right now. Again, don't want to go after one and waste an opportunity right here against Ellerts, who is very obviously struggling.
So after 6 straight balls, the catcher, Hayden Travinsky, wants to have a conversation with his pitcher. Malone is an Oregon Duck. He really tore up the Pac-12 this season. A .337 hitter with a dozen homers and 55 RBIs. So a really good addition to this Braves lineup. Not the way you want to get him debuted, with him coming in as a defensive replacement for Elijah Nunez, who's still dealing with that heel injury. And he took himself out after he batted and scored the Braves' only run of this game in the top of the first.
And if you're Scott Landers, you know your offense has been struggling to get something going, and you see Malone available after Brewster released him just a couple of days ago, going to free agency, if you would call it that, and pick up a good opportunity to get a good bat.
We saw Graham Pauley move from Katuitt to Harwich the other night. Here's Brennan Malone, his debut from the Braves. The 2-0 pitch will not be made. A check over on Eblin, who's back in with a head-first slide. A fire truck leaves the station out of the Chatham Fire Department right out there in right center field as the 2-0 pitch is coming to the Braves' newest player, Brennan Malone. Slider on the hands, fouled away, first base side.
And he took a big rip at that one right there. Hitters count for him. And again, with the middle infielders and double play depth, has a wide open left side of the infield and wide open right side of the infield in whichever direction he wants to go.
Braves just one hit away from matching their hit total from a night ago. Here's the 2-1. Another slider, but this one's too high. It's gone to 3-1.
And it looks like that breaky ball is backing up a lot on Ellerts so far. Has missed up with it a couple of times. And Malone finds himself in a hitter's count here one more time. Again, Braves will take a walk, but looking for some extra bases here as well.
Looking for their third walk of the day. The pitch is in there, a strike at 89 miles an hour. The count has gone full.
And that's something that the Braves have struggled with, talking about extra base pop. Again, just 4 extra base hits in their last 4 games. 3 of them came 2 nights ago.
Eblin with a big lead off of first, not going. It's a wave and a miss by Malone. Snap throw down to first. Eblin scurries back to the base in time. But in his first Braves at-bat, Brennan Malone swings at a pitch nowhere near the zone and is retired on strikes for the first out of this inning.
And Eblin was trying to time the delivery of Ellerts right there, got a mammoth lead, and then eventually took off, then stopped and froze in between the base paths. I thought at that point when Ellerts delivered the pitch, he was just going to take off for second because he was almost halfway there and probably would have made it with ease. But then stopped, and then the catcher and Travinsky had a really good opportunity to backpick him right there. But Eblin with good speed was able to slide into the back portion of that pillow.
I think it was one of those things where he second-guessed himself. Here's the first pitch to Matt Shaw, who looks at his slider at strike 1. Shaw singled as the second of 3 base hits for the Braves in the top of the first. Eblin had that base stolen, but was kind of a kid getting away with stealing a piece of candy too easy. He's like, wait, am I really going to get away with this? And then he stopped in between the bag, doing the same here, now going as the pitch trickles to the backstop. Bryce slides in safely into second, so the Braves have another runner in scoring position with 1 gone and a 1-1 count to Matt Shaw here in the third inning.
And again, a mammoth jump, so it looks like his timing is working out over there between the delivery of the pitcher and Ellerts. And again, Even if the ball did not go to the backstop and Travinsky was able to handle it, there's no question that Evelyn gets in there safely for his second stolen back. So a good spot here for Shaw to drive in a run for the second consecutive night.
Braves lead it 1-0, 1 man on, 1 man out in the top of the third inning here at Chatham. The 1-1 pitch coming to Matt Shaw. Slider, bounced foul, first base side. So Shaw singled but was picked off at third base, made the third out of the inning at third. That was back in the first inning as the Braves wasted an opportunity with runners on the corners and 2 away. The Braves' jolt of energy trying to make up for that mistake and trying to drive in Bryce Eblin, who leads off at second base with 1 gone in this inning. Here's the 1-2. By on a fastball at 91 miles an hour for strike 3. So after really struggling with control, Ellerts has come back and punched out 2 Braves in a row, and 2 are gone now for the Bravos' first baseman and Josh Moylan.
With a pitch up in the zone right there, we've talked about it. It's very hard to strike out Matt Shaw. He has excelled with 2 strikes so far this summer, but went up and out of the zone, and Shaw was just late on a 91-mile-an-hour pitch right there.
So Moylan, who stung a fly ball into dead center, needs to come up with a 2-out base hit. Here's the first pitch from Ellerts. In there, a strike on the outside corner.
And again, you get Eblin over into scoring position at second base with less than 2 outs, and another opportunity for the Braves to check in with runners in scoring position. Moylan, one of the hottest hitters in this lineup, if not the hottest, needs to come up with a big knock right here.
Josh, who started the season 0 for 11, is 5 for his last 9 and hits this one on the ground, first base side. Kazignati drops to an E, fields it, and makes the flip over to Ellerts to retire the side. So the Braves get a base runner in scoring position, but Bryce Eblin is stranded there. The score remains 1-0 as we make the move to the bottom of the third. But before we do that, it's time to go down to the sidelines. Here's Ethan Frank.
Thank you very much, Calvin. I spoke to Jack Duffy in the dugout after his first inning RBI single to figure out what's going on with the mustache. He's had a full beard going on this entire season, but he's had some hard-hit balls that just aren't falling right now. So he decided to switch it up. Said he's never had a mustache in his life before tonight, and obviously in his first at-bat making it work. So then I went around and I asked his teammates, how do you like the mustache? Because there have been some guys on the Braves who rock mustaches. Do you remember Hunter Lloyd and his mustache?
That one was tough to beat.
Yeah, Hunter Lloyd's mustache. I asked his Polk State teammate, Dakota Harris. Dakota wouldn't even say a word, just shook his head in disgust.
Oh, no.
But you had guys like Seth Keener, Alan Espinal, and Adam Tellick. They are loving the stash and the vibe. So it's a mixed bag, but I think anybody will take an RBI single in a 1-0 lead so far.
Birthday boy Adam Tellick
That's right.
well likes his stash, and I like the mustache look as well. I don't think Dakota Harris is doing it justice, but it's tough to compete with the mustache that Hunter Lloyd had. Quickly before we let you go, you called out Matt Shaw last night on basketball shooting. Could you grow a better mustache than Jack Duffy if you tried?
Absolutely not. I definitely could not. Jack Duffy has me beat on that one.
All right, Ethan Frank doesn't trust his facial hair game. Back to the action here. The Braves lead it 1-0 here in the home half of the third inning. Third inning of work for Hunter Furtado, who's looked good in his first Braves appearance. His first pitch misses up and away for ball 1. It'll be 8-9-1 in this Chatham order. Daly, Brown, and Deleo due up here in the third.
And I was going to say, I think it's safe to say the stash is back with Top Gun and all.
This one's grounded up the middle, arranging over is Eblin from second base, and makes the long throw across his body to retire the speedy Daly 4-3. What a play by the Braves second baseman for the first out here in the third.
Tremendous, had to cover a lot of ground, was playing just about straight up at second base, then came around this one right behind the second base bag like an outfielder almost, and then threw on the run across his body, a strike to the first baseman Moylan for an out number 1.
So here is the Chatham shortstop Marcus Brown, who, although he struggled just 220 up to this point, Tom Holliday, the Chatham manager, made a point to saying, no more questions about my shortstop. Marcus Brown is my guy. He takes his swing and a miss at a first pitch fastball as he's behind in the count here, 0-1.
And the numbers at Oklahoma State back it up for Brown. Again, hit 316, an on-base clip of 378. Drove to 31 runs as well, so it's probably soon until things get going for him.
Next pitch by Furtado is a curveball that breaks up too high. The count is even to 1-1 on the Chatham 9-hitter. Lefty on lefty works against Furtado. Here's the 1-1. Slider misses down and in. The count has gone to 2-1.
And Furtado working really quickly so far here. Again, he'll face the lineup for a second time through when Deleo comes up, who's on deck right here. But again, that 4-pitch mix, I think, has been the biggest key for him so far, really doing a good job of changing speeds.
The 2-1 is clubbed into center field, sinking fast. Roccaforte on his horse makes the belt tie one-handed catch for the second out.
Some of the first hard contact we've seen today pieced together from this Chatham offense. And this is a tough play for Roccaforte, one, because he started the game in right field, now moving over to center. But it's hit right at him, and he was sprinting hard back towards the diamond. Was able to make the catch for a huge out, number 2.
So Hunter Furtado 1 out away from 3 straight scoreless innings for the Bravos in his Braves debut. Braves lead it 1-0, 2 gone, bottom 3. And back to the top of the Chatham lineup, here is Jake Deleo.
And for Furtado, topped out at 3 2/3 of an innings work at Alabama this year, was again primarily used in relief.
Deleo hits this one up the middle. Eblin sliding behind the second base bag, but is only able to knock it down. It's an infield single for Jake Deleo, who's hit the ball hard twice tonight, and he is on. Just Chatham's second base runner of the ball game with 2 outs here in the third.
And this ball was hit in the same exact spot as the ground ball from Daly, but just a little bit harder. So Eblin did not have enough time to circle around it, but then instead had to go for the backhanded stab and slide. And again, looks like it nicked in and out of his glove as he slid to his knees. And Deleo has good speed either way, so it would have been a tough play. We'll see if Tom Holliday starts to put some guys in action again. This is a team that hasn't run a lot.
First pitch to Kazignazi, misses up and away for ball 1.
But with all their offensive struggles, we've even seen Scott Landers do it over the last 2 weeks or so, has really increased the aggressiveness on the base paths. Trying to manufacture runs right here. Deleo has good speed, but has yet to pick up a stolen bag this summer.
Has an attempted one. The second pitch to Kazignazi is a slider that breaks over the heart of the plate for strike 1. So 1 on, 2 away. Braves lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. Chatham looking for some way to muster a runner across home plate. It's been a real struggle for the Anglers. Here's the 1-1. Grounded is short. Matt Shaw on the run, scoops it with the glove, and makes the throw over to first to retire Kazignazi and to retire the side. Hunter Furtado works around a 2-out single, and the Braves lead it 1-0 as we head to the fourth on the Bourne Braves Radio Network.
We'd also like to recognize
2021 was a historic season for the Bourne Braves. The Bravos captured the President's Trophy, given to the team with the best regular season record, and rode early success to the West Division title and a trip to the Cape Cod League Championship Series. Now in 2022, the Braves are back and look to replicate the success from a season ago without many of the faces that got them there. It's a whole new season of Bourne Braves baseball. Check out the full schedule on bournebraves.org and come join the party at Doran Park.
The Bourne Braves have enjoyed a long history of offering internships to college students who have worked in a myriad of capacities and performed any number of duties for the organization. Interns support everything from public relations, fundraising and concessions, to field maintenance, internet broadcasting, and baseball operations. The Braves will begin accepting applications for the 2023 season in September. Those interested should visit bournebraves.org.
It's time to go back to the ballpark. This is Bourne Braves Baseball.
Braves lead it 1-0 as we make the move to the fourth inning from the concourse here at Veterans Field with Max Tanzer. I'm Calvin Cristoforo. That's one of my favorite things about broadcasting games here in Chatham. We are amongst the people in the concourse next to the press box. It's a really good spot because I feel like we're part of the action.
Absolutely. I mean, our crowd mic's picking everything up this evening, if you haven't heard, which is fantastic. And I think it's cool, too, because we're used to being nestled in right by the dugout for the majority of the time on the road here. But we get a nice view of the whole entire field on what's a beautiful field here at Veterans Field. So good stuff, good view. I'm very impressed here on my first trip here to Chatham.
And at points, we're surrounded by eavesdroppers who want to listen in to the broadcast. It's been a good start for the Braves, 1-0 here in the top half of the fourth inning. 4-5-6 due up against Magnus Ellerts in his fourth inning of work. The starter for Chatham, who's looked good after allowing 3 hits in the first inning.
And it was a really good third inning for him. Again, he walked Bryce Eblin to lead things off in that top of the third inning, but then, of course, Eblin would steal second base, but then was able to pick up 2 big strikeouts to Malone and Shaw, and they got Moylan to ground out to first base. So good bounce back as he looks to once again get into a groove. 27 strikes to 19 balls through 3 innings of work so far this evening.
He waits on the mound as our home plate umpire tonight in Dave Perry just had a long conversation with Anglers manager Tom Holliday, and now he walks over to the first base side and does the same to Scott Landers, albeit much briefer. And now he comes back to home plate, and it looks like we're ready to start play here in the fourth. Braves lead it 1-0 on an RBI single by the man stepping into home plate in Jack Duffy.
Looks like the mustache is working. We'll see if he can get something going. Again, Duffy, a guy who, despite the 2-for-4 day with the home run against Harwich on Wednesday, came into tonight 2 for his last 18. Again, this was a guy who was convincingly leading the league in hitting over the first 2 weeks of the summer. And if he can get going, that'll be huge for the Braves lineup.
Ellert's out of the line, the first pitch to Duffy. Fouled straight back right over our heads. And talk about being amongst the people. We were almost the people chasing after a foul ball.
I was ready to take the headset off and go sprint after it right there. I've still been looking to get a Cape League ball, but this might be our best shot to get a foul ball this year. I'm ready for it.
We are in a good spot to do that. Here's the 0-1. Hit fouled back again. That one to the screen right in front of us. So the count goes to 0-2. Here on Jack Duffy, the Braves leader in base hits, now with 18 on the season.
And I brought my glove to the first couple of games, gave up, did not bring it tonight. So I'll have to bring it back when we come back here on the 30th.
The 0-2 to Duffy. Popped up right to us. This is in foul territory, about 10 feet away from us. Max didn't move a muscle. It falls harmlessly in the concourse to our right. The count remains at 0-2.
Well, Ben Spector, our producer, gave me a glove. So I'm ready to go. A nice blonde Mizuno glove. If I had a glove, I would have taken the headset off and sprinted. So
something about me doesn't believe you.
I'm ready to go.
On that
if
front.
You hear some rustling on a foul ball, that's my headset falling off.
0-2 to Duffy. In the dirt. Did he go around? No, he did not. And the count will go to 1-2.
And that's a tough one for Duffy right there because you're caught in between. The ball got away from the catcher and Travinsky to the backstop. So he could have ran right there, admitting to the home plate umpire and Perry that he went around, but instead didn't think he went around, so he was staying. But if you do that and they ring you up, then you're in a tough spot.
So Duffy kind of took a gamble there, but the dice came up snake eyes, and he stays in the box here, the 1-2 coming. This is hit off the handle, foul, third base side. That's the fourth foul ball at this at-bat, as Duffy and Ellerts are having a pretty good battle here with nobody gone in a 1-0 Braves lead in the top of the fourth.
And the Braves have had their leadoff man reach in the first 3 innings right here. A threat of that run being ended right now. Again, 1 ball, 2 strikes. But Duffy's been good with 2 strikes this season. Let's see if he can continue to battle.
This one's hit opposite field, third base side, but once again, foul out of play. So the Braves scoring a run in the first inning on 3 hits. 1 run on 3 hits has been really a death recipe for the Bravos this season. In a stretch of 3 games over the weekend, the Braves lost, all 3 of them only mustering 1 run on 3 hits. So hit number 4 is going to be a big one. Here's the 1-2 to Duffy. Down low, we've evened up at 2-2.
And I touched on it a little bit earlier, but again, all 3 hits so far tonight, singles. That extra base power has been a weakness for the Braves so far this year. Had 3 back on that big win against Harwich a couple nights ago, but besides that, there's been a lot of one-baggers.
Another foul ball as Duffy spoils another fastball down the third base side. So quite the battle here by Jack Duffy, a guy the Braves would love to get on base, as the Bravos have had the leadoff base runner reach in every inning up to this point tonight. Another 2-2 pitch coming from Ellerts. Down and away, we've gone full.
And this is an at-bat. If Duffy can win it right here, that is going to be huge because Ellerts has had to throw a ton of pitches. He's already walked a couple of batters right now. The Braves have to get to him here in this 4th inning.
The full count pitch. Fouled once again over our heads, and it's another foul ball off the bat of Jack Duffy as this count is now reaching the double-digit pitch mark.
I think Jack heard us talking about catching a foul ball. He's trying to help us out right now.
Max is still equipped with the glove, as here's the full count pitch coming once again. And you guessed it, fouled away, straight back.
This is a good matchup for Duffy right here. Of course, he's the left-hander against the right-hander right now, but picked up the single to left center field his last time. The hardest hit ball, arguably in that inning, maybe besides the Moylan flyout to center field. So if he could pick up a base hit or reach base right here, it's well-deserved.
Braves already with two walks tonight and 2 strikeouts. Who's going to win this battle? Here's the 3-2. Down low in the dirt, ball 4. The mustache wins again. Jack Duffy takes his base and wins a heavyweight bout to lead off this 4th inning.
I think everyone in the starting 9 might have to shave in a mustache if Jack Duffy continues to excel at this rate. So here comes John Peck now. Again, a really good opportunity for the Braves to get something going. Peck struck out swinging his last time up with runners on the corners and one down. And again, with the middle infielders and double play depth, there's a wide open right side of the infield. He has driven the ball that way with authority so far this season. In fact, at his best, it's been driving the ball that other way. So let's see if he can take advantage of that hole right here.
The wind is gentle. It is blowing out to right. Here's the first pitch to John Peck. Big rip and a miss as he swings through a fastball for strike one.
And he's taken some big rips, including yesterday. Back in his final AB, he struck out at a pitch up and out of the zone, and it seems like that's where pitchers have been challenging him consistently over the last week.
Duffy with a modest lead off of first base. Here's the 0-1. Slap to the second baseman who bobbles it on a hop. Daly, it's into right field, and the Braves have runners on first and second. It's a hard hit base hit by John Peck, and the Bravos have something cooking here in the fourth.
And that's a tough break for Daly right there. Again, this was a slicing in between line drive, ground ball, whatever you want to call it. He decided to stay back on it and try to pick it on that in between hop. And again, the runner on first base and Duffy had to hold to make sure he didn't catch it. So if Daly, instead of going for that backhanded stab, just tried to smother it, he at least would have had an opportunity to get the force at second. But that's not the case. The Braves will take it. Very likely a hit for Peck. First and second, nobody out.
The Braves lead it 1-0 here in the top of the fourth. But with two men on and nobody out, looking to do some damage here as Carson Roccaforte stands in for his second AB. First pitch is a slider that hooks across home plate for a strike. Roccaforte took ball four to lead off the second and was retired as part of the 4-6-3 fielder's choice by the Braves catcher Tomas Frick to end that inning. Looking for his first extra base hit in a Bravos uniform. Here's the 0-1. Hit on the ground to second base hard. Spinning is Daly. The throw to the shortstop in Brown is in time to retire Peck. But reaching first on the play is Roccaforte, and on fielder's choice, the Braves have runners on the corners with just one gone here in the fourth.
And that was a gutsy and impressive play by Daly at the same time, ranging far towards his left, spun and throw to the shortstop and Brown covering second base in one motion. A lot of times you'll see the second baseman take the easy bag over at first base on that play, but he took the risk, made a nice play. Still first and third, however, here with one down as that brings up Slight to the plate.
Ellert's nearing the end of his outing as Chatham is warming up Cam Brown, the big righty, down the left field line. Here's the first pitch to Slight. Fouled straight back. The Braves took the lead in this game in the first inning on an RBI single by Jack Duffy. They still lead by that same tally, 1-0 here in the top of the fourth, but have runners on first and third here with one gone. Trying to finally cash in against the pitcher, Magnus Ellertz. Roccaforte leads off of first base. He's a threat to go. Here's the 0-1. He is going, and Slight pushes a bunt back to the pitcher. Coming home and scoring is Duffy as Evan Slight does his job. The Braves score a run on a squeeze play and now lead it 2-0 here in the fourth.
Some aggressive small ball from Scott Landers to try and push that run across. I thought this may have had a chance to get past the pitcher and Ellertz. It was a nice play for him ranging towards his left because, of course, if it gets past him, it's an easy base hit for Slight. But the Braves will take it either way. It moves Roccaforte into scoring position and, of course, brings in a run for Slight's third ribby of the year.
So the Braves get an RBI on the sac bunt by Evan Slight and still have a runner in scoring position as Carson Roccaforte on the play moved from first to second. Here for Tomas Frick, who bounced into a double play to end the second. 2-0 Bravos lead. Here's the pitch. Fastball up and out of the zone, but Frick tried to take a swing at it and came up empty for strike one.
And when Ellertz has had his stuff working tonight, it's been with that fastball elevated up and out of the zone. Again, looks like a lot of ride on it, and again, a couple of these right-handed bats have went up and out to chase after it.
Frick, the right-handed batter, 0 for 6 to start his Braves campaign, looking for his first hit. The pitch in there on a slider. The count goes to 0-2. Another run here would be really big for a Braves team going up against an Anglers offense that is down in the bottom of pretty much every single statistical category in the CCBL up to this point in the year. Here's the 0-2 coming to Frick. Roccaforte going for third. Frick hits it off the handle, trickles to the first baseman in Kazanazi, who comes up and saunters over to first and steps on the base with his white cleat by himself to retire the side here in the fourth. The Braves, though, double their lead. They lead it 2-0 on the RBI sac bunt by Evan Slight. That is the score as we head to the fourth. bottom half of the fourth on the Born Braves Radio Network.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Born Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Born Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Born Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bornbraves.org.
This is Braves outfielder Jack Duffy from Polk State College. Go Braves.
Braves lead it 1-0, instead 2-0 as we make the move to the home half of the fourth inning. Couple of veterans here at Veterans Field getting honored between the inning here to a standing ovation by the Chatham faithful. Anglers down in the hole here 2-0 against a Brave starter in Hunter Furtado, who in his first outing for the Bravos has been really, really good.
And he's picked up right where Garrett Edwards left off yesterday. Again, through 3 innings of work, has allowed just 2 hits, 3 shutout innings, and has picked up a couple of punch-outs along the way as well. So going to get the teeth of this lineup now, 3, 4, and 5, but with the way he's going, should not be a threat.
His first pitch to Chuck Ingram, the Anglers' 3-hitter, misses up in the zone at a fastball at 90 miles an hour. Ingram was the first strikeout victim set down by Furtado back in the first. The 1-0. Slider fouled straight back.
And we'll see, second time through the order, if he mixes things up. It was mostly a diet of fastballs and curveballs, mixing in the slider a little bit there. Has that changeup as well. And we saw it a couple of times, just threw it 6% of the time at Alabama this spring.
The 1-1 coming is tapped right back to the pitcher. Furtado fields it, makes a lob toss over to first, and Ingram is retired 1-3 to start off the fourth.
And Furtado this spring, a 41% ground ball rate, 57% of the balls put in play against him were elevated, either a line drive or a fly ball. Yet tonight, it seems like every single ball put in play has been a ground ball right back in his direction. Of course, Eblin has made a couple of nice stops behind the second base bag. And again, that shows a lot of late, awkward swings from these Chatham Anglers bats. So this stuff is really working well so far.
First pitch to Hayden Travinsky is down low for ball 1. This is the Chatham cleanup man tonight. He was also a strikeout victim to start off the second. Chatham really struggling, taking strike 3s to this point in the season. The 1-0 is another slider that skips down low for ball 2. Especially recently, over the last 5 games, the Anglers have struck out 66 times. That's an average of 14 punch-outs per game. They struck out 14 times last night, and 3 nights ago against Brewster, they struck out 18 times. Here's the 2-0. Skied over the Braves dugout, foul for strike 1.
And you throw in the no-hitter in there against Orleans, and it's been a tough week for this Anglers ball club. And they switched things up in their lineup today, again, just trying to get something going. It's very similar to what the Braves were struggling with about a week ago.
2-1 to Travinsky's a swing and a miss for strike 2.
But when you're in this summer ball atmosphere and you have all of these players shuffling in and out, it could be difficult to get a groove going, and especially for some of these guys that may not be getting consistent at-bats. But again, just try to simplify things, put the ball in play, look for a good pitch to hit, because at this point, 144 strikeouts, making 182 strikeouts through 17 games isn't going to do it.
2-2 is fouled back. They'll do it again. Travinsky, the batter, has 16 strikeouts this season. Obviously behind his teammate, Caden Grice, who has 23 to lead all hitters in the Cape this summer. Furtado hunting his 3rd strikeout of the game. Gets a sign he likes. Out of the wind, he starts his delivery. But the batter in Travinsky calls time, and Furtado will have to reset.
I'll tell you what, this has to be a tough ballpark to hit at times because you have those cars driving on the street with their bright headlights, especially when we get towards nightfall right here. I wonder if that makes things difficult to pick up in peripheral vision.
The 2-2 misses up in the zone. The count has gone full. They do have a pretty nice natural batter's eye, though, with that grassy hill behind the right and center field fence. As it moves over to left field, it becomes a wooded area. Here's the full count pitch for Davinsky. Tap foul, he hangs in there. They'll do the full count pitch one more time.
And a 91-mile-an-hour fastball right there now, this time down below the zone. It's a different look than what we've seen from Ellerts, who's ridden at the top of the strike, so maybe up and a little bit out. For Furtado, has been mixing away from hitters, down low as well. Maybe one of the big reasons why he's gotten a ton of ground balls so far tonight.
Furtado has not walked a man, looking to prevent that from happening. Here's the pitch. Down in the dirt, 4-4. He does walk a guy. So Hayden Travinsky's on for the Anglers, their first base runner via the walk in this game. And he stands on first with one gone here in the fourth.
And if you're the Anglers, you got to get something going right here. Coming into tonight, if you want to look at one offensive category, which they have been somewhat formidable in, it is the free passes. They're 6th in the league with 58. Again, as you mentioned, that's the first that Furtado has surrendered this evening. But we'll see if they could get something going here.
The batter is Temez, and he swings at a fastball into right center field, but right at the right fielder Duffy, who with a hop makes a one-handed catch to retire loudly the DH, Dominic Temez.
And Jack Duffy, I mean, he's anchored into straightaway right center field this entire summer, he has been at least. And again, that's a line drive right in that direction, sliced right back to him. An easy play as he caught it in his tracks.
Off the bat, you thought that one had one hopper to the wall written all over it, but then you look up, and there is Jack Duffy standing dead in that ball's tracks. So 2 are gone for Caden Grice. Furtado kicks and delivers. Way out ahead of a slider is Grice, who's behind in the count 0-1. Chatham looking to break through offensively. This is an Anglers lineup that is 8 for their last 88 over their past 3 games. That's a batting average of .090. The 0-1 coming. Another slider that Grice is way ahead of, and the Cape's leader in strikeouts taken this season is behind in the count here 0-2.
And he doubled up on that slider there, same exact spot, running away from the left-hander in Grice. And after 2 very early swings, wouldn't be surprised if he tries to go back with it again and bury it down out of the zone.
Let's see what he comes with 0-2, looking for his 3rd punch out of the game. Here it is. Goes to the fastball, which is up and out of the zone. The count will go to 1-2.
And I like that pitch as well because you show him a pitch running down and away and then pair that with that fastball up and out of the zone, which we mentioned Ellerts has been using a lot tonight. But maybe just a little bit too high, as it was an easy take for Grice.
Braves lead it 2-0. 2 men out, 1 man on. Travinsky leads off of first base. Here's the 1-2 to Grice. Fastball up, check down to third. He did not go. Says Frank Battaglia, our third base umpire tonight, and Grice hangs in there 2-2.
And a good take on a pitch up and out of the zone again.
The runner in Travinsky leads off of first. The pitch off the end of the bat, right to Bryce Eblin, the second baseman. On a run, he makes the easy flip to first to retire the side here in the fourth. Hunter Furtado in his Braves debut is through 4 scoreless innings, and the Bravos lead it 2-0 as we head for the 5th on the Born Braves Radio Network.
"2021 was a historic season for the Bourne Braves. The Bravos captured the President's Trophy, given to the team with the best regular season record, and rode early success to the West Division title and a trip to the Cape Cod League Championship Series. Now in 2022, the Braves are back and look to replicate the success from a season ago without many of the faces that got them there. It's a whole new season of Bourne Braves baseball. Check out the full schedule on BourneBraves.org and come join the party at Doran Park.
The Bourne Braves have enjoyed a long history of offering internships to college students who have worked in a myriad of capacities and performed any number of duties for the organization. Interns support everything from public relations, fundraising and concessions, to field maintenance, internet broadcasting, and baseball operations. The Braves will begin accepting applications for the 2023 season in September. Those interested should visit BourneBraves.org. Want to look like a Bravo? Well, there is one place where you can find the official gear of the Bourne Braves, and that is at the Bourne Braves Pro Shop. Open during every home game and located on the ground level of the press box, you can find Braves hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more, all in just one place. Wear the same gear as the players and rep the Braves wherever you go. Visit the Braves Pro Shop today and let the rest of the Cape know you're repping the Bravos.
Make sure to follow the Braves on Twitter at Born Braves for all of your favorite Bravos content. From in-game score updates to player interviews and so much more, the Braves on Twitter is the place to go for the most up-to-date information on the Bravos. Make sure to follow us today at Born Braves.
This is Wyatt Hensler, infielder from Pennsylvania, and this is Born Baseball.
2-0, Braves your score as we enter the top of the 5th inning here at Veterans Field. The Anglers and the Braves playing here in Chatham for the first time this summer. The door has been closed on the starter for Chatham, and Magnus Ellerts allows 2 runs over 4 innings of work. They're going to make way to another right-hander in Cam Brown out of Texas Christian University.
Yeah, Brown for TCU this season, a 5-2 record, ERA in the mid-4, 4.42. In 53 innings of work, he struck out 49 batters, so almost a K per 9 from the right-hander from TCU. A guy who can really blow it by you, but will walk you. 31 walks in those 53 innings as he allowed 26 earned runs for the Horned Frogs this year.
It'll be 9-1-2 to greet him here, Eblin, Malone, and Shaw. And again, if you're just tuning in tonight, the Braves got on the board early back in that first inning on an RBI single to left center from Jack Duffy, and then added another run on a squeeze play where Evan Slight got a bunt down back to the pitcher that brought around Jack Duffy to score from third base. So they lead it 2-0, have already doubled their run total from yesterday's 1-0 victory against the Falmouth Commodores. The Braves trying to make it 3 in a row tonight for the first time this year as they enter at 7-7-3, third place in the West as they trail Katuitt, who is had a monopoly over the Western Division standings here in the CCBL this summer. So Bryce Eblin digs in the left-hander's batter's box as Cam Brown is ready to throw his first pitch of the night. He'll be working out of the stretch here as the sun continues to set, wind still blowing out towards straightaway right. First pitch to Eblin, he shows bunt, pulls back, takes a fastball at 96 miles an hour for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
This is Brown's Cape debut here for Chatham tonight. And the Anglers need him to keep this as close as possible because the way this game is going, the way the past couple of games have been going for Chatham, offense is not definitely going to come for the Anglers.
1-0 is fouled off to the left side out of play. Count will even up at 1-1. The Braves have had opportunities in each of the first 4 innings here. Have only been able to push across a run in 2 of them. In fact, they've had their leadoff hitter reach base to open up each of the first 4 frames to open up this ball game. Eblin opened up the third with a walk, stole a base, but was stranded. Here's the 1-1 from Brown. Swinging a line drive, fell off the netting over the third base dugout. Count moves to 1-2. Eblin 4 for 34 entering tonight, looking to get things going here. A guy with a lot of speed. Was a pinch runner over his last 2 appearances here, beginning to start this evening at second base. He's made a lot of nice plays already tonight. It's been busy there with the amount of ground balls that Furtado has induced. Time now called here as Eblin steps out. Again, 2-0 Braves your score here as we sit in the top of the 5th inning. This is the second of 4 times these 2 clubs will face. They'll be back at Doran Park on the 14th and then back here at Veterans Field on July 30th as well. Brown ahead 1-2. Here's the pitch to Eblin. It's a fastball down away ball 2. 2-2, and Brown's going to rush it up there. We've already seen a fastball at 96, that last one at 97.
So a guy with some definite velocity, not sure how long he'll hang around because if he is a short inning reliever, that fastball is going to be up near 98, 99 miles per hour. You've already seen it at 97 already.
He comes set from the first base side. His 2-2 is taken down low, ball 3 with a breaking ball, that one at 85. Count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Large crowd on hand tonight here in Chatham. Again, as Calvin mentioned earlier, we're right in the thick of things here in the concourse behind home plate. A lot of fans on the berm as well, stretching out from right to center. On a very calm night for baseball, just about 72 degrees at first pitch. 3-2, swing and a miss for strike 3, picked by the catcher Travinsky. He finds a lane and tosses across to first base to retire Speedy Eblin for out number 1.
You're telling me that's called a berm?
I've heard it called a berm before.
Can you explain to me what a berm is?
It's a hill behind. Now I just hear it in context of spring training. You've never heard the word berm?
I've never heard the word berm in my life.
So, like in Arizona at all the spring training fields, they have the hills behind the wall, and they call that the berm. That's where I've heard it before. I'll have to pull out the dictionary, though.
You never trust teams who do their spring training in Arizona.
Gotta love my Mariners. Here's Brendan Malone to lead things up, or I should say with 1 down and nobody on. The first pitch is cut on a miss for strike 1.
At most ballparks in Florida spring training, especially JetBlue Ballpark, it's called the Green
that's
Monster.
Fenway Jr., essentially, right?
The big green thing in the outfield is called the Monster, not a berm.
Here's the 0-1 to Malone. Fastball well upstairs, cruises to the backstop for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. What I do love about the atmosphere here in the Cape Cod League is it does have a spring training feel to it because, like I said, at those Arizona ballparks, a lot of times the seating is just grass patches and fans will bring lawn chairs and towels and blankets to sit on, almost picnic style, and that's the case here in the outfield tonight. So the 1-1 is a big swing and a foul off the catcher and Travinsky for strike 2. 1-2 on Malone.
You wouldn't call that a grassy knoll?
You could go that direction too.
So knoll and berm, we were considering synonyms.
I was gonna say yes, synonyms right there.
All right, I'm just trying to learn here.
1-2 the count here on Malone, looking for his first hit in the Braves uniform. The pitch is a fastball upstairs, ball 2. 2-2. All right, I'm looking up the definition of berm here, if the Wi-Fi can speed up for me.
Let's see what I got here.
You got to imagine Malone would love to put a ball on the berm right here. Again, the wind blowing out in that direction is straightaway right. Here's the 2-2. Check swing. Did he go around? Appeal to first base. Beal says he did not. Count runs full at 3-2.
All right, so my friends over at Google tell me a berm, which is actually spelled B-E-R-M, is a narrow ledge or shelf typically at the top or a bottom of a slope.
Okay, I'd say that counts. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a ground ball fouled straight back. Count stays the same. I think it works.
Okay. I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm just telling you I'm uneducated on grass landscaping.
That's my major back at school. I
Really?
don't know if you knew that.
You're a grass landscaping major.
Take a lot of pride in it, okay?
That's count.
2-2 the count here on Malone. The pitch is swung on and floated to right field. Heading towards his right is Grice. Towards the track, he reaches up to make the catch right in front of that berm for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here for Cam Brown as retires Malone for the second time tonight. That'll bring up Matt Shaw. Shaw 1 for 2 tonight. He singled back in the first inning. Was back-picked at third base to end that frame. Also struck out swinging via Ellert's back in the third inning. Shaw has now reached base in all 11 games he's played with the Braves so far to open up his summer. He's picked up a hit in 9 of those. Of course, the big blast last night, the home run out to left center field. Righty on right, Brown from the stretch, he fires. His first pitch is swung on and smoked in the air, deep right center field. Deleo ranging back towards the track, at the wall, looking up. This will hop off the track and then the wall. Shaw steaming in his second. He's there standing up as he continues to mash here on the Cape. A 2-out double for the Braves. They have a runner in scoring position here in the top of the 5th.
I also thought we could have had a bingo berm ball there.
Bingo berm ball. I like that. The alliteration, fantastic.
Triple B's, baby. I'm always rocking.
It's coming. It's coming. I feel it. Here is a lefty in Josh Moylan, and if there is a guy who can put one on the berm, maybe over the berm, this is the man right here.
We saw Carson Rockefeller do that in batting practice. He went over the big berm out there.
So Shaw with great speed takes his lead from second with 2 outs. He'll be going on contact. First pitch to Moylan is swung on and popped up third base side and foul. 0-1. Moylan 0 for 2 tonight. Flew out to deep center in the first. Grounded out to the first baseman. And Castanazzi back in the third inning. Since his 0 for 11 start, Moylan is now 5 for his last 11 after 2 plate appearances this evening. Here's the 0-1 from Brown. Swing and a foul tip held on by the catcher and Travinsky. He quickly falls behind and no balls and 2 strikes. Moylan, you got to imagine, was feeling good after that win against Harwich a couple of nights ago where he drove in 5 runs, again, all of his 5 RBIs this season so far. And almost left the yard twice. A home run in his second at-bat, and then in the 9th inning came up big with a walk-off ground rule double. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball, taking down low ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And when he's going right in Josh Moylan, he is going really right. And after getting put down by strikeouts in his first 2 at-bats last night, had 2 really hard-hit singles. 0 for 2 tonight. Let's see if he gets a knock here on his third AB.
Shaw goes for third, pitches down and away. The catcher and Travinsky won't even make a throw, so Shaw will scamper into third base, standing up with his 8th stolen base already through 11 games. He's now 8 for 9 in attempts, as that puts him 90 feet away here with 2 down. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Braves lead it by 2 here in the top of the 5th inning. Brown from the stretch. Here's his delivery. Swinging a bounding ball right side. The first baseman and Castanazzi charges. He'll beat the first baseman Moylan to the bag to retire this side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on here for the Braves in the top half of the 5th. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th, but before that, it's time for everyone's favorite segment, Around the Cape with Ethan Frank.
Thank you very much, Max. Not sure if we have completely updated scores. Oh, we do, just in the nick of time. Shout out, Calvin. Thank you very much. Let's start down at the Gov where we were last night. And once again, the Falmouth Commodores are putting up lots of offense. Psych! It's 0-0 Whitecaps and Commodores in the bottom of the 8th inning. And how about the Hyannis Harborhawks? Maybe the hottest team on the entire Cape. I know that is not music to Calvin's ears. They lead the Gatemen 5-0 in good news for the Braves in the standings. Also, in a East versus West Division clash out at White House Field, Katuitt up 4-2 on Harwich in the bottom of the 6th inning. That game is almost 2/3 of the way through. And another game out here on the East Coast at Eldridge Park. The East leading Whitey Red Sox lead the Orleans Firebirds 2-0 in the bottom of the 7th inning. So Brewster and Falmouth deadlocked at 0, bottom 8. Hyannis up 5-0 over Wareham, bottom 7 across the bridge. Katuitt leads Harwich 4-2, bottom 6. And YD up 2-0 over Orleans, bottom 7. Not a lot of offense on the Cape tonight, Max.
Ethan, how does it feel not to have to deal with a 7 o'clock start time here at Veterans Field? Well, you're dealing with it in person, but for your Around the Cape segment.
Oh, for the Around the Cape, it's great. For my sleep, it is not great.
I'd love to hear it. Again, Ethan does not take the foot off the gas pedal. He'll be real with you.
And I can't say I wasn't warned. I was told not to let the Hawks get hot, but Hyannis is scorching right now.
First pitch to Anthony Nunez from Furtado out for his 5th inning of work as a fastball for a strike on the outside corner. That Hyannis team has now been unbeaten for 8 consecutive games. The last time they lost was against Brewster 5-4 on June 21st, just about 10 days ago or so.
And slowly but surely, they are starting to tiptoe behind Katuitt, now just 3 games behind the Kettles.
0-1 the count here on Nunez. Furtado winds and tosses his pitch. Changeup misses down low. Count evens up at 1-1. We got to starting to talk about it with Nunez before he grounded out to second to end that 2nd inning, but he has quite an interesting story. The 1-1 is a strike on the outside corner with a breaking ball. 1-2. In 2019, was drafted in the 29th round out of Miami Springs High School by the San Diego Padres and played 2 seasons in the San Diego Padres system, but now has found himself here on the Cape as the 1-2 is on its way. Breaking ball bends in over the heart of the plate for strike 3. Nunez knew it. That'll be a strikeout for Furtado, his 3rd of the night. But back to Nunez. In 26 games between rookie ball and A-ball this year, hit .208 with 2 homers, 16 RBIs. That brings up Mitchell Daly to the plate.
And if you're wondering how that's possible, he didn't sign an agent until after he was drafted.
First pitch on the way to Daly, taken upstairs for ball 1.
And then he played for under the league minimum, allowing him to compete at Division II Tampa, where he played this season, technically as a true freshman.
1-0, fastball, taken just a bit down low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. So that's quite the baseball resume that Nunez has built for himself. Again, bouncing around rookie ball and A-ball this year, now finds himself in one of the more prestigious summer leagues. The next pitch is sky to the air to right. Duffy sprinting towards his left, readjusts back towards the track. He reaches up to make the catch. 2 away. So 2 up, 2 down here for Furtado. He's now retired the last 4 batters he's faced. In fact, has not given up a hit since Jake Deleo picked up a single back in the 3rd inning. Again, no runs, 2 hits, an error for Chatham. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Braves. Here comes the shortstop and Marcus Brown to the plate with 2 out and nobody on. He lined out to the center fielder and Rocafort all the way back in the 3rd inning. Here's Furtado's first pitch. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike at the knees, 0-1. For Furtado so far through 4 2/3, 37 strikes to 25 balls. This very likely will be his last inning. Again, being stretched tonight after he topped out at 3 2/3 with Alabama in school ball this year. So the next pitch misses down and in for ball 1. Count evens up.
And if you can get 5 innings from Hunter Furtado here, that would be a colossal victory. He's 1 out away from getting you through 5.
1-1 to Brown. Swinging a line drive, left center field. This one's got a ticket for the outfield grasses. That gets down for a base hit. Brown a wide turnaround first, but he'll hold there as Rocafort cuts it off in the alley. So a 2-out single for Brown as he continues to hit the ball hard off of Furtado, as that sends up the top of the lineup and Jake Deleo to the plate.
Really interesting to see what Scott Landers does here. This is the top of the order, so he'll be facing Deleo for the third time tonight. And Deleo has hit the ball really, really hard twice. Hit a line drive right at the third baseman Peck to start this game, and then singled his next at-bat. But it looks like Landers is rolling with Hunter here, seeing if Furtado can get that all-important 15th out.
It's Mason Pelio currently loosening up in the bullpen down the left field line for the Braves. Here's the first pitch to Deleo. It'll instead be a move over to first base. Brown gets back in standing up. We mentioned that Tom Holliday has not been aggressive with his team on the base paths this year. 7th in the league with 16 stolen bases, but Brown at the top of the team with 4 under his name. So he is absolutely a threat to go as the first pitch is on its way. Fastball cruises upstairs for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
And I haven't been counting, but we have to be approaching double-digit hats on the mound falling off the head of Hunter Furtado when he delivers pitches. Seems like every 5th or so pitch, his lid is going onto the ground.
Very windy night tonight. Again, still blowing out towards straightaway right. 1-0 is smoked in the air, deep out to left field. Malone towards the track, at the wall. This one's off the scoreboard and gone. We got a tie ball game here in Chatham as Jake Deleo mashes his second homer of the season to knot things at 2.
And Amit Landers is probably going to be a little bit upset at himself for letting Furtado ride and facing Deleo for the third time, who, like we alluded to, hit it very hard in both of his at-bats against the Braves starter up to this point. Let him in, let him stay in the game, and Deleo made him pay with his second home run of the Cape season. And for a Chatham team struggling with offense,
first pitch on the way to Jacob Castanazzi is a fastball upstairs for ball 1.
with the strength of some of the guys in the Anglers lineup, just one swing can turn your offensive run around.
And that gets Chatham back in this thing as the 1-0 is found straight back on a heater. Count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. And sometimes it just takes that one big swing. Again, there was no question off the bat of Deleo. For a second, Malone was back in front of the track, still going full sprint, but he cocked his head up to watch it fly off the facing of the scoreboard in left center. Next pitch from Furtado is a breaking ball that is spiked behind the foot of the right-handed hitting Castanazzi. He now talks to the home plate umpire and Perry, asking if that hit him in the foot. Here comes Tom Holliday now out to have a conversation. Again, we've seen Furtado overthrow that breaking ball a couple of times already tonight as this one buzzed past the back foot of Castanazzi.
I don't understand the conversation here. If Castanazzi is not taking his base, he would feel it if it hit him. So why is there, the umpires are meeting here. How does anyone else besides the batter and Castanazzi think this hit him?
After he took it, he did point towards his right foot, talking to Perry, and again, he's going to rule it a ball, so no hit by pitch. And I think that's why Tom Holliday came out to argue. But again, this was a pitch that was well overthrown. Again, almost missed the back corner of the chalk that rounds out the right-hander's batter's box. So 2-1 the count here, 2-2 tie, bottom of the 5th inning after Deleo's 2-run blast to left. 2-1 is popped up, foul straight back. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And for Furtado, a guy whose longest appearance at Alabama this season was 3 2/3, you can tell he is working on fumes right now, trying to battle his way through this 5th inning, already allowing 2 runs to cross the plate here in this frame.
At 70 pitches as we speak, here's 71. 2-2, taking down low ball 3. Count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And I think this, no matter what, is his last batter.
Chuck Ingram, the 3-0 hitter on deck. We mentioned Mason Pelio make that, warming up down the right field line of the Braves bullpen. Furtado from the wind, his payoff pitch. Swinging a tapper foul towards the third base dugout. Count stays full at 3-2. Do it for the Braves, and what will be the top of the 6th will be Duffy, Peck, and Roccaforte as they look to get back into this one. After twirling together their first shutout as a pitching staff yesterday, have their shutout blown here in the 5th inning with 2 outs. 3-2 as tap fell again. Count will stay full.
And what a win this would be by Furtado if he's able to get out of this 5th inning, still allowing those 2 runs, but to get Mason Pelio a clean inning to start, I think it's of utmost importance for this Braves dugout right now.
This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Here's the 3-2 again. Swing and a pop up first base side. Moylan trailing into foul ground in front of the first base bag. He's there. He's got it. That will end the inning. But not before Jake Deleo ties this game up after a 2-run blast out to straightaway left field for his second long ball of the campaign. We got a tight one here at Veterans Field as we head to the top of the 6th. Knotted at 2 between Bourne and Chatham.
You know what Pete Alonso, Kevin Youkilis, and Lou Merloni all have in common? Go ahead, take a guess. Yeah, that's right. They're all former Bourne Braves. The list of famous Bravo alumni is lengthy and it's growing fast. Take 2021 Major League Baseball first overall pick Henry Davis, for example. He was on the Cape just 3 summers ago, back in 2019. So make sure you don't miss out on watching the future stars of tomorrow today. Admission to all games at Doran Park and around the Cape Cod League is free. For the full Braves schedule, head to the Bravos team website, bournebraves.org.
Did you know it takes $150,000 to field the Braves every summer? We are a non-profit, all-volunteer organization that relies solely on the donations of private citizens and local businesses. The Bourne Braves are a 501c organization, and all donations are tax deductible. You can donate today online at bournebraves.org.
The Bourne Braves are out on the road. Let's get back to the action on the Bourne Braves Radio Network.
Knotted at 2 as we enter the top of the 6th inning here at Veterans Field. Tied because of the 2-run shot from Jake Deleo off of Hunter Furtado, whose night is likely done. Again, 5 innings, allowed 2 earned runs. You look at it with recency bias, and it's a tough end of the outing, but he was still tremendous tonight.
Yeah, he was really, really good through 4 2/3. Then allowed back-to-back base hits, one of them being a home run, launched off the scoreboard off the bat of Jake Deleo. Coach Landers rolled the dice, sending him out for the 3rd time around the order. And he probably, if he had to do it again, would have gone to the right-hander to face the right-handed hitting Deleo and Mason Pelio, who will no doubt start the top half, instead bottom half of the 6th here for the Braves.
Here's Cam Brown out for the Anglers, out for his 2nd inning of work. Was able to get out of a jam after allowing the double to shot, inducing a ground out to first off the bat of Moylan. Here's Jack Duffy. First pitch is a fastball in the outside corner at 93, 0-1. It's turned into a beautiful night here at Veterans Field. Light blue skies blending into a pinkish purple, twirled together as the sun sets over the left field wall. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses upstairs, ball 1. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Duffy has had quite a night so far. Has reached base twice, an RBI single in the 1st, walk back in the 4th inning as well. Brown from the stretch mixes up his grip. He's ready. 1-1 is up and away, ball 2. 2-1. So the Braves looking to answer back immediately here. Again, despite scoring 7 back on Wednesday, have mustered together just 5 runs in those 4 other games. Next pitch is swung on and popped up third base side and foul. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And we saw Jack Duffy get his first home run of the night a couple days ago against Harwich. But he's a prime candidate using this short porch, just 314 down the right field line, to put one up on what you would call a berm in right field.
Looking for a berm blast here. 2-2 is well inside, goes to the backstop. Count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
We've already gotten a brush blast off the bat of Jake Deleo from Chatham. If we can get a lefty to get one up and out of here, or a strong right-hander to go opposite field, we'd get a 2 for 2 here. Berm and brush blast home run.
Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Gets away from the catcher, Travinsky. He picks it up towards his right. Will throw over to first base to get Duffy by half a step for out number 1. So a strikeout for Brown. His 2nd of the night is Duffy is retired for the first time this evening as well.
And you would think Brown, with his velocity in the upper 90s, would be a relief pitcher, but this guy is not. He's a starter. Started 9 of his 13 appearances this season for TCU. And in his final outing of the season against Carson Rockefort's Louisiana Lafayette, Carson waits on deck. 8 innings of work, allowed just 1 earned run, and allowed 5 hits. So he can give you length out of his Chatham pen.
First pitch to John Peck is just a little bit outside with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball for ball 1.
And we know Tom Holliday is a big fan of the piggyback start, so this was definitely scripted to go from Ellerts to Brown here to try to get you through at least 8 innings.
And if you're Tom Holliday, you got to be very happy with the 2-2 tie here. So the 1-0 bends in at the top of the zone for strike 1 with a breaking ball. Count evens up at 1-1. The Braves got their first run of the first on the Duffy RBI single, and then the other in the fourth on the squeeze play from the bunt from Evan Slight. Slight will be due up fourth in this inning if it can extend that far. Here's the 1-1 to Peck. Swing and a miss for strike two. A breaking ball well out of the zone and low. 1-2 the count.
And we get that much velocity, pitches like that look like they're good pitches to hit because you're so geared up to hit the fastball. You see the slider down low in the zone, and you take a swing at it, thinking you're timed it up, and then once it gets 50 feet off the pitcher's mound, it's a slider and it's in the dirt, and you take a weird swing at it.
Tied at 2 here in the top of the 6th. 1-2 to Peck. Breaking ball at the top of the zone for strike 3. Dave Perry rings up Peck as he's down on strikes for the second time tonight. Back-to-back punch-outs for Brown here. He now has 3. That's his first looking. 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th.
And on one swing of the bat by Jake Deleo, the momentum has completely shifted back to the dugout on the third base side. Chatham with a pretty big crowd here on a Friday night, 4th of July weekend. These fans were sitting on their hands for 5 innings. But Deleo with a big 2-run home run and now back-to-back punch-outs by Brown to start the 6th. Chatham has a lot of momentum going for him right now.
Here's the TCU Louisiana Lafayette rematch right here. First pitch on the way to Rockefort is well up and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Rockefort has reached base both times. He's come to the plate, a walk in the second, grounded into a 4-6 fielder's choice back in the 4th inning as well. Looking to get into one right here for the first time this summer. The 1-0 is a fastball clipped on the outside corner. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And good velocity for Rockefort to get one off of, because when a guy's throwing this fast, you don't need to take a massive swing to get one out of here.
Here's the 1-1. Swing and a foul right back towards us off the netting behind home plate. 1-2 the count. Outfield anticipating Rockefort to be late. The center fielder and Jake Deleo shading well towards left center. The left fielder and Ingram a couple steps towards the line. Right fielder and Grice about straight up, so a large alley in right center. 1-2 the count here with 2 down. Here's Brown's pitch. Swinging a high fly ball straight away left field. Ingram towards his left. Can't find it. Now readjusts. He's got it to end the inning. Brown faces the minimum to piece together his second consecutive scoreless inning, as that sends us to the end, make that the bottom of the 6th. Tied at 2 here at Veterans Field on the Braves Radio Network.
The Bourne Braves will be holding youth clinics this summer. They're for boys and girls ages 5 to 12, plus we'll offer 1 week of clinics for ages 12 to 15. For more information, visit the 50/50 table near the concession stand or visit our website at bournebraves.org.
Win or lose, there's always a Brave that sticks out on the field. Head over to our YouTube channel by searching the Bourne Braves, or head to @BourneBraves on Twitter and catch the post-game interview every night with a player of the game on game night with me, Ethan Frank. And as always, you have a say on who gets to chat with me. Tweet at us @BourneBraves and use the hashtag Player of the Game to submit your pick for the POG.
The stars of the Bourne Braves can't perform well with an empty stomach, and neither can the best fans in the Cape Cod League. Hungry at Doran Park? Visit our concession stand down the third base line, serving your favorite ballpark classics, including hot dogs, hamburgers, popcorn, cold drinks, and more. The concession stand at Doran Park is the place to go, because the only thing better than watching the Braves live is watching the Braves live with a hot dog in your hand.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? 2-1 out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry. Just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Time to go back to the park. This is Bourne Braves Baseball.
Last of the 6th inning, tied at 2 here in a good one at Veterans Field. The night is done for Hunter Furtado, and while it may have not ended how he would have liked with the 2-run home run allowed. Deleo was fantastic through 5 innings of work, allowing just 2 runs.
Yeah, he was really solid, and now he gives way to Mason Pelio in his 4th appearance for the Braves this season, who after an ERA up near 10 at Boston College this season has looked good now in his 5th appearance for the Braves, an ERA under 3.
He'll get 3, 4, and 5 here in this Anglers lineup. First pitch on the way to Ingram is cut on a miss on a fastball up out of the zone. 0-1 the count. Pelio rushes it up there, 94-96 on that heater. And one of the hardest throwers we'll see on the Cape this summer. He winds and fires. Here's his 0-1 pitch. Bender in there on the inside corner for strike 2. He quickly climbs ahead. Command was one of his issues back at Boston College, but has walked just 4 through 6 1/3 of an inning's work. Opponents are hitting .296 against him. Again, this is 5th outing of the summer so far. He winds and tosses his 0-2. Fastball well upstairs, that one at 95. 1-2 the count.
And I believe this is the first ballpark we're playing at where there's a radar gun on the scoreboard for Mason Pelio. So we're going to see that fastball up there in the mid to upper 90s.
Mixes up his grip. He's now ready. His 1-2 is upstairs with another heater. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ingram 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out swinging in the first. Grounded back to the pitcher and Furtado back in the 4th inning as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball pounded to the right side. Softly hit Moylan well to his right. Backhanded stab. Throw to the covering pitcher in Pelio. He applies the tag to the pillow in time as he falls to the ground for out number 1. A very athletic play on both ends.
So we both know they call Josh Moylan Big Crank when he's hitting the ball out of the ballpark. But he does have an alternative nickname, and that is Dr. Defense when he's making plays like that. Dr. Defense on display on the defensive side of the ball, making a great sliding play in the hole. Great job by Pelio getting over to cover the first base bag. That is a really well-executed 3-1 putout to start this 6th inning.
Here's Hayden Travinsky, the catcher, to the plate with 1 down, nobody on, tied at 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Pelio winds and tosses his first pitch as a heater in there for a strike. 0-1. And what made that play even more integral for Moylan over there at first was that the second baseman in Eblin was ranging well up the middle, so there was no one on that right side of the infield to make that play besides him. Had to go about 6 or 7 steps towards his right to make that play. 0-1, check swing, appeal to first base. The first base umpire in Mike Beal says that Travinsky went around for strike 2. 0-2 the count, and Pelio is attacking that zone early on here tonight.
When he got 95, he got no business not to attack the zone with that heater.
Infield shifting Travinsky to pull here, the right-handed hitter. 0-2 is a bender down the way, ball 1. 1-2, but you can see the catcher and Frick point at his pitcher and Pelio, a perfectly located pitch. Ahead 0-2.
Either Travinsky was completely expecting a fastball and wouldn't swing anything else, or he did a really good take there.
1-2, fastball upstairs, check swing again. Travinsky did not go around. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That fastball at 95 miles an hour. We've seen Cam Brown, the reliever for Chatham, hover around that area of the radar gun as well so far this evening. Here's the 2-2 from Pelio as he continues to work quick. Swinging a foul straight back. Travinsky stays alive at 2-2.
Took something off it that time. That must be his changeup at 94.
That's a good changeup if it's at 94, I'll tell you that.
A little slower than mine, but...
Oh, really? We wanted to go test the speed radar gun back at Falmouth yesterday.
Well, that, I had a torn UCL. I don't want to get into it.
2-2 is swung on it, popped up, skied on the infield. Pelio, the pitcher on the mound, is going to make way to the third baseman Peck, who makes the catch as he travels on top of the hill for out number 2. And that one was shot up the elevator chute right there over the lights in what's twilight skies. So a tough play for Peck, easier said than done.
And a wise decision by the pitcher Pelio to give way to his sure-handed third baseman in John Peck. Obviously not Peck's natural position, a natural shortstop playing at third base. So a pretty good guy to let catch the pop-up to grab the Braves second out of this inning.
So here's Dominic Temez, the DH. He's 0 for 2, is flown out and lined out to right. That liner to right was hit on the button, but right at Duffy. First pitch, breaking ball down low for ball 1. I would love to see Mason Pelio walk up to that speed gun test at Falmouth and just give it a shot. Not even in uniform, so no one's expecting it from him.
I would say there's a pretty good chance he wins that.
1-0, swing and a miss, strike 1. Count evens up. I don't think there's anything better than when you have a group of kids around you who've probably never seen what a 90-plus mile an hour fastball looks like, and then someone walks up in sweats and a T-shirt and is just letting it fly over there. I'm sure Pelio could hit 90 flat-footed. So the 1-1 is a good bender that drops over the plate for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I don't want to change the subject here, but we had this conversation in Harwich, and Chatham is another canned water destination.
Oh, no. Unbelievable.
So White House Field and Veterans Fields both selling the canned water.
Check them off the list. As the 1-2 is a diabolical breaking ball that Temez chases after down in the dirt. Tag applied by the catcher and Frick, as that will retire the side. Mason Pelio, tremendous work as he sets down the side in order and caps it with a K. Ready to the back third of this ball game, tied at 2 as we enter the top of the 7th here at Veterans Field.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun.
This is Nigel Belgrave, pitcher from the University of Maryland. This is Bourne Braves Baseball.
Top half of the 7th inning, tied at 2 here in Chatham. Very reminiscent ball game for what we saw back in the 22nd, where the Braves and Anglers faced off for the first time this year. That was a 5-4 win for the Bravos after Dakota Harris's go-ahead 2-run single in the 8th inning. That was a magical night at Doran. The Braves looking for a magical night in their favor here at Veterans Field, tied at 2 as we enter the top of the 7th inning. Cam Brown out for his 3rd inning of work. We'll get the bottom third of this Braves lineup.
Braves looking for some sort of offense. They really haven't had it since the inning when they scored last back in the 4th when Evan Slight delivered an RBI sac bunt. Looking for some more offense. They scored 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 4th, but since nothing.
Here is Slight to lead things off here. The left-handed hitter digs in. First pitch is over the heart of the plate with a heater for strike 1. 0-1. Slight, besides that squeeze play RBI back in the 4th, flew out to left as well. Cam Brown has been tremendous in relief of Magnus Ehlers tonight. 2 shutout innings thus far as Slight gets it into this one. Out to deep right field. Grice going back at the track. It's onto the berm and gone. The Braves take the lead 3-2 here in the top of the 7th inning as Evan Slight gets into his first one of the year.
Can I get a berm ball for the people on the hill? That one was smoked off the bat of Slight. First home run of the season. It comes in a really big spot. They put it on the scoreboard as a 3-run homer. The Braves will take it. It's only a solo. But, hey, we got a brush ball. We got a berm ball. We got a great night here at Veterans Field.
Right on cue for Slight, and boy, did he need that. His 4th RBI of the year, his 2nd of the 9. Hopefully that gets something going for him. So now 3-2, Braves your score here. Top of the 7th inning, still nobody out. First pitch to Frick is a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1.
Thanks. Braves take their first lead since Deleo's home run in the 5th, and I got news to report. After this pitch, I'll give you a little teaser. I got news coming.
It's a good tease right there. I'm ready. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a foul straight back. Count evens up.
It's gone final at the Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth, where the Commodores do not score another run again. So 18 scoreless innings at minimum for the Doors. And they tie the Brewster Whitecaps 0-0, the second scoreless tie on the Cape this summer.
Here's the 1-1, taking down low ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. And if I would have told you that within a week we would see 2 scoreless ties, would you have believed me?
No.
I mean, unbelievable stuff. And that just speaks to the atmosphere on the Cape so far. A pitching dominant environment to start things off here this summer. 2-1 the count on Frick. 3-2 Braves your score. Pitch on the way is pop foul off to the right side and out of play. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So those Commodores, who have been struggling mightily as of late, again enter tonight at 5-11-1, now move to 5-12-1, still sit in last place in the Western standings. Just needed a single run to pick up a win tonight, but could not do so. So the 2-2 is on its way. Swinging a pop-up foul straight back. Count stays at 2-2, and correction, not a loss tonight, I should say, a tie. So they move to 5-11-2, make that. So they'll get half a point or half a win in the standings. Brown leans it for the sign. He comes set from the first base side as he pauses at the chest. Righty on right. Here's the 2-2 to Frick. Fastball misses up and in, ball 3. Count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Also, Harwich has come from behind and tied up Katuitt 4-4 down the road at White House Field.
So that'll be a good ball game as we get deeper into that one. Good ball game here at Veterans Field. Again, just a 1-run lead here for the Braves as the 3-2 is pounded off the foot of Frick. Rolls into fair territory, but will be a foul ball. Count stays full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that ball jumped off the bat of Evan Slight, homering just a couple of moments ago. The right fielder in Grice gave it a courtesy look, but this was well onto the berm and gone. Can imagine a lucky fan out there got to bring home a ball. That's the beauty of the berm, Calvin.
Nothing like an Evan Slight berm ball to put in the old closet at the house.
The berm ball burns Brown here in this top of the 7th inning. He looks to keep the damage to 1 as the 3-2 is a sweeping slider, swing and a miss for strike 3 as Frick is set down on strikes for the first time tonight. 1 down, good bounce back for Brown.
The berm ball and Bravo is looking for some more insurance here. Once again against the Chatham offense who's gotten all their runs on 1 swing tonight. An Anglers team coming in hitting a $188 in total, just second to the bottom of the Cape this summer. And a squad coming into play tonight, 8 for their last 88. Insurance runs are at the premium right now for the Braves.
First pitch to Eblin is a fastball up and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Eblin 0 for 1, walked back in the 3rd, struck out swinging back in the 5th inning. Top of the order on deck in Brendan Malone. Third baseman in Nunez, playing a step or 2 behind the third base bag. Well off it as well. Here's the 1-0. Fastball up and away, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
And here in his 3rd inning of work, Brown has lost a lot of velocity off of that fastball. It was upwards to 96, 97 miles an hour when he first came out of the bullpen. Now it's down in the low 90s, 92, 93, so definitely tiring here in his 3rd inning of work in his Cape debut.
Hitters count here for Eblin. He's already walked once, looking to get into one right here. Big gap in right center as the center fielder Deleo shades him towards left. 2-0, fastball, up and away, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes.
And if you're Chatham here, Eblin not a guy you'd like to walk. Just 4 for 35. Right near the 100 marker on the season. The Braves would love to put him on base because not only do you walk the 9-hitter, you get speed on the bases with 1 gone here in the 7th.
3-0 the count to Eblin, likely taking all the way here. Pitch is a fastball that sizzles across the outside edge. 3-1. So back-to-back 3-ball counts here that Brown has found himself in. Was able to strike out Frick on a 3-2 slider. Currently sits behind Eblin here at 3-1. Eblin carries that dark-barreled bat above his left shoulder here. Pitch is grounded to the left side. Shortstop and Brown deep in the hole. No, that's the third baseman in Nunez who cuts it off and throws over to first base in time to retire Eblin for out number 2. So Brown bounces back after giving up the leadoff home run to Slight. That'll send up the top of the order and Brendan Malone to the plate. Remember, it was Elijah Nunez who started the game leadoff spot in center. He singled back in the first inning on a soft flare to left and then came around to score on the Duffy single. Then pulled himself, so Malone, a third baseman by trade, finds himself in left field tonight. Up for his 3rd at-bat of the evening. He's 0 for 2. First pitch is a fastball at 93 on the inside edge of the plate. 0-1.
Ask Dakota Harris about that one.
I'm sure he had quite a fun conversation with him. Malone, a slightly open stance from the right side, wearing his green and gold cleats to match the University of Oregon color scheme. The next pitch misses down away for ball 1. Malone, ABCA All-West Region first team this year in 2022, led the Ducks. The .337 batting clip was second on the team in home runs with 12 as well.
Quack.
Second with his 83 hits as the next pitch is taken down away for ball 2. Was that a duck quacking from Oregon, or was that just you, Cal?
I didn't hear anything.
Let's see if that can manifest something here for the Oregon Duck himself. Malone digs back in. 2-1 the count with 2 down. 3-2 Braves your score. Top of the 7th as the 2-1 is found straight back. Count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sun completely set here. Dark skies above. Lights shining bright here in the Diamond tonight. Still a big crowd on hand here at Veterans Field. We've got a good ball game tonight. Again, just 3-2 Braves your score. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Brown looking to send this to the bottom of the 7th. The 2-2. Breaking ball spiked down and away. Count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And you don't want to put a speedy guy in Malone who can swipe a bag in his own right on first base for arguably the Braves hitter and Matt Shaw, who waits on deck.
After Shaw, it'll be Moylan as well. 3-2 is well outside with a heater for ball 4. So it'll be a walk for Malone as he reaches base for the first time in a Braves uniform. With good speed at first base, here comes Matt Shaw to the plate. Shaw's had a good night so far, 2 for 3, singled in the first, doubled to right center back in the 5th. He would be stranded. The ball into that alley once again, very likely scores Malone from first base, who as we mentioned has plus speed and will be going on contact. Shaw slightly closed stance as he digs into the right-hander's batter's box and awaits the set from the right-hander and Brown. Ball dangling in his right hand, glove tucked into his chest. He now brings the two together as he comes set. Here's Brown's first pitch. Breaking ball, taking down away ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
Interested to see how aggressive the Braves will get with Brennan Malone here at first base. You'd love to have a runner in scoring position here for Matt Shaw to try to drive home a base hit. Does have it already has a knock and a double on his line tonight. Braves would love to have him come up with a runner in scoring position.
Here's the 1-0. On the outside corner, count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Shaw leading the team in batting average coming into tonight at .361, has yet to qualify for the league leaderboards. Again, needs 2.7 plate appearances per each game played. He's just played in 10. This will be his 11th, so by the end of the week should be qualifying. As the next pitch is a breaking ball, check swing. He went around the home plate umpire, and Perry rings him up. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Now with the count at 1-2, albeit that was a pretty good pitch to run on down in the dirt. Shaw is set up for a fastball at home plate, but let's see if they send Malone here in a pitcher's count 1-2, maybe thinking another curveball down in the dirt is coming here from Brown.
Shaw has struck out already once tonight. That was back in the 3rd against Elters. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball, softly hit down the 3rd base line. It will roll just foul. So the count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Now, if you're not running on that pitch, you didn't run on the pitch prior. Both were sliders down in the dirt. I do not think you're looking to run here. Now, this deep into the at-bat, I know it's still a pitcher's count, so you still think Brown could be coming off speed. But the Braves had a couple of pretty good chances to send Malone off of first, and now that they haven't, I think he's going to stay there, and Shaw's going to have to win this battle with the runner still on first base.
Brown's only strikeout of the inning came against Frick. That was with that sweeping breaking ball. We'll see if he uses that for a 3rd consecutive pitch right here. Malone takes his lead from first here with 2 down. Quick move over to first base. Malone gets back in safely with a dive.
So I guess Malone isn't out of the head of Brown, who's on the mound, takes a check on him. With the second baseman and Daly pinching up the middle to cover on the steal, and the first baseman in Kazignazi holding the runner on first, a big gap on the right side of this infield.
Here's the 1-2. Swinging a soft tapper, 3rd base side, going to be a tough play. Brown charges, gobbles it up, bobbles, recovers, pump fakes, throws to second. Back in there in time is Malone. That'll be an infield single for Matt Shaw. His 3rd hit of the night is the Braves keep the line moving. 1st and 2nd here with 2 down.
And here comes the Transformer coming to home plate.
The Transformer, we haven't heard that one
Here's
yet.
why. I can see Dr. Defense transforming into Big Crank as he steps towards home plate.
Okay, I like that.
And the Braves would love a Big Crank here. 2 runners on, 2 runners away, nursing a 1-run lead against the Chatham offense, which is down at the bottom of the Cape in a lot of statistical categories. Chatham not messing around, though. They do not want Moylan to face Brown here. They'll go to the bullpen.
And that looks like it'll be it for Cam Brown tonight. He'll be responsible for both Shaw at first base and Malone at second, already tasked with the home run from Evan Slight to open up the inning. Braves lead at 3-2. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll tell you all about the new Angler's Arm when we return.
43 of the Braves' 44 regular season games this summer will take place on the Cape, but for the first time ever on July 25th, Polar Park, home of the Worcester Red Sox, will host a Cape Cod League game when the Bravos take on the Wareham Gatemen at 6:45. Gates open at 5:45, and admission is $10 to watch the Braves take on a West Division rival on an even greater stage.
The Braves are the reigning champs of the Cape Cod League West Division, but the West in 2022 is loaded again and as wild as ever. With 6 games against Hyannis, Wareham, Falmouth, and West Division runner-up Katuitt, it's a packed slate against division foes thirsty for revenge. To check out where and when the division matchups go down, head to our website, bornbraves.org, and check out the Bravos' full schedule.
After COVID-19 canceled the 2020 season and shortened 2021, this year will be the first since 2019 with a full 44-game schedule and an 8-team playoff. That means you can catch the Braves squaring off with each team in the West 6 times and each team in the East 4 times. It's a jam-packed slate for the Braves in 2022, and you can check out the squad's complete schedule on our website, bornbraves.org.
Want to look like a Bravo? Well, there is one place where you can find the official gear of the Bourne Braves, and that is at the Bourne Braves Pro Shop. Open during every home game and located on the ground level of the press box, you can find Braves hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more, all in just one place. Wear the same gear as the players and rep the Braves wherever you go. Visit the Braves Pro Shop today and let the rest of the Cape know you're repping the Bravos.
Make sure to follow the Braves on Twitter at Bourne Braves for all of your favorite Bravos content. From in-game score updates to player interviews and so much more, the Braves on Twitter is the place to go for the most up-to-date information on the Bravos. Make sure to follow us today at Bourne Braves.
Top of the 7th inning, first and second, 2 down. Brian Holiday into the game for Cam Brown, trying to get out of this jam here as he faces the threatening bat of Josh Moylan. His first pitch is a breaky ball taken down low for ball 1.
Holiday pitched in the matchup last time out against the Braves, through an inning, a third of an inning I should say, allowed a walk, but got the next man he faced. His last outing, 2 runs, 2 innings, did allow a run to Brewster.
Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball bends down low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Shot at first base after the infield single. Malone at second after the walk, all of which coming with 2 down. 1 run already in this inning. That was the go-ahead solo shot to lead off the frame by Evan Slight. Holiday from the first base side settles at the belt. Hitters count for Moylan. The 2-0. Swinging a high pop-up shallow right field. Costanazi ranging out. He's going to make way to the second baseman, and Daly, who makes the catch in shallow right down the right field line to retire the side. But the Braves pick up a run on the leadoff shot from Evan Slight. They lead it 3-2, and with that, let's send it down to the sidelines for Ethan Frank.
Thank you, Max. Down here on the sidelines, I'm having some fun with Adam Tulloch. Are you a Taylor Swift fan?
Oh, of course. I mean, you were on the car right over with me here.
Oh, well, Adam Tulloch is feeling 22 today. You talked about how it's his birthday before. He's turned 22 years old. You know, actually a former Chatham A, so glad to be back here. Says he loved pitching here at Veterans Field and just hanging with him throughout the game. Just a really fun-loving guy, always loves to chat, always doing everything he can to be part of the team, making everyone feel welcome, and just an overall team guy. He might not be around for much longer with the Bravos, but for him to get to come back to Chatham is a really special place. Said he was able to celebrate his 21st birthday here last year, which was really, really special, and had some places to recommend for us to go after the game.
Love to hear that. And again, got the start against those Anglers back on June 22nd. That was a 5-4 Braves win. He's got to be hoping that his boys can hold on and give him a birthday win here tonight. We're entering the bottom half of the 7th inning. Again, 3-2 Braves your score after the solo home run from Evan Slight to open things up back in the top half of the 7th inning. Mason Pelio faced the minimum and struck out Dominic Temez to end things in that 6th inning. He's out for his 2nd inning of work. And again, a slim 1-run lead right here. This Braves bullpen looking to hold on as he's going to get Caden Grice, Anthony Nunez, and Mitchell Daly 6, 7, and 8 here in this Chatham order.
Well, for a lot of reasons, Mason Pelio wants to get through this inning still in the lead, 3-2. Obviously, the Braves want to win this ball game, and that's a step in the right direction. But Justin Willis, one of the newest Braves, is getting warmed up down in the bullpen. And this guy was absolute nails for UConn this season. 15 saves from the Huskies right-hander, so he's a guy who can give you a 6-out save. Anything more than that might be tough, though.
So here's Caden Grice to lead things off. The Anglers, with one swing of the bat, could tie this game, but Mason Pelio on the mound. The flamethrower has other thoughts. First pitch to Grice is a fastball, misses upstairs, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. That one a 92, back in his last frame of work, was sitting around 94-95. And was a quick inning for him, 1-2-3 on just about 10 pitches. 1-0 is smoked on the ground, right side, through into right field for a base hit. So Caden Grice checks in with his second single tonight. He's the tying run just like that at first base here in the 7th.
Grice, who averages well over a strikeout a game for Chatham, hasn't gone down by the way of the K tonight. Another hard hit ball through the right side of the infield. The second baseman, Eblin, playing a little bit more up the middle because you don't anticipate a guy with the velocity on Pelio to be turned around on and go right up through that hole. But that exactly what Grice did, and now Chatham has the leadoff base runner on here in the 7th.
Here's Anthony Nunez, the switch hitter, swinging from the left side now. Swings at a breaking ball in the dirt for strike one. 0-1. From the right side against Hunter Furtado, the southpaw starter for the Braves, was 0 for 2 with a ground out and struck out looking back in the 5th. Grice takes his lead from first base, has yet to steal a bag this summer. Again, Tom Holliday has not been aggressive in that portion of the game so far this year. 0-1, Bender in there for a strike, just crosses the knees. 0-2 the count. Mitchell Daly on deck, then Marcus Brown here, bottom of the lineup here for this Commodores club. Again, trailing just by 1 run. And excuse me, make that Anglers club. Commodores yesterday, of course, the Braves winning 1-0. Here's the 0-2 from Pelio. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Blasting 95 past Nunez. A big out number 1. Second time Nunez has been set down on strikes.
And when he's throwing strikes, I mean, Mason Pelio is a really tough guy to hit. When he's pumping the strike zone, and that's exactly what he's doing tonight. Really good outing so far to this point. As now Chatham's going to have to dig into the bench here to try to find someone who can hit off him as they go to the pinch hitter.
In Mitch Daly's spot, looks like it's Rock Riggio, who we saw back on the 22nd against the Braves. So he'll swing from the left side here. Daly's night done. He was 0 for 2 with a ground out and a flyout. Riggio represents the go-ahead run at the plate. Grice over at first as Pelio gives him a check. Grice will get back in safely. Riggio, one of the many Oklahoma State products on this Chatham club. Swinging a black bat with a silver logo, waving it back and forth. Now lifts it above his shoulder as he awaits the set from Pelio. 3-2 Braves here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 down. Here's the pitch from Pelio. Fastball cruises outside for ball 1. 1-0. Marcus Brown on deck. That'll be the top of the lineup here for Chatham and Jake Deleo. Remember, Deleo, the big blast back all the way in the bottom of the 5th inning to tie things up as he took a punch out of the scoreboard in left field to tie the game at the time. 1-0, swing and a miss, 93 up and out of the zone. Riggio went after it. Count evens up at 1. Riggio in 12 games this year, a really slow start. 2 for 36, hitting at a .056 clip. It's just driven in 1 run, so he's looking to get things going here. Struck out 15 times in those 36 at-bats as well. Count even at 1 here with 1 down. Middle infielders in double play depth. The pitch is smoked on a line down the left field line. This one is down, and it is a foul ball. A very late call of the home plate umpire, and Dave Perry continues to call it foul as Caden Grice was steaming around third base. And that's a tough play break for the Anglers. We have a tough angle here. Again, a really close play as this ball continued to slice. And a big break for the Braves as it landed just a couple inches foul.
In reality, just setting here at Veterans Field, most of the people in the stands still think that's a double down the left field line. But luckily for the Braves, it's just a really loud strike, too. And after Chatham thought they tied this game on a double down the left field line, the Anglers are just, the Braves, I should say, are just 1 strike away from a punch-out here for the second out of this inning against the pinch hitter in Rock Riggio.
And Tom Holliday still having a conversation with the home plate umpire, and Dave Perry now walking back towards the batter's circle with both palms facing the sky. Perry with his hands on his hips. Doesn't look too interested in the conversation here. And if you're Rock Riggio, that's a tough break. He can't even buy a hit now if he wanted to. He mentioned just 2 for 36. And that would have been a big knock for him to try and get some momentum going for him this summer. Holliday still conversating with Perry behind home plate here. Again, 3-2 Braves, your scores. We sit in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes will be the count here with 1 down as Grice represents the tying run still at first base. So Holliday heads back to the third base dugout. And you can hear it. The fans here at Veterans Field not happy with that call. So Pelio gets another life. Let's see if he can take advantage of it right here. He leans it for the sign. Jersey gusting in the wind here, continuing the blowout towards Riggio's pull side towards straightaway right. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher and Frick as he keeps it in front of him. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
But what a game this has been, right? With all the controversy in that call, it just really spotlights how tight of a game this is. 3-2 game, bottom of the 7th. Chatham looking to tie this game up late. Braves trying to hold this lead. This is a really good baseball game tonight on the 1st of July.
High leverage spot here for Pelio. The 2-2 again. Fastball rings him up on the outside corner. A bullet knee high picks up his 2nd strikeout of the inning. 2 outs now as Grice has to hold at first.
And a really good job there by battling back from Pelio. You think you let a double down the left field line go, and then you come back 2 pitches later and punch out Riggio, who came in as a pinch hitter, and now you're 1 out away from going to the 8th and setting up Willis with a 6-out save to try to grab another win on back-to-back nights on the road.
Here's Marcus Brown with 2 down. Now he's 1 for 2. First pitch is a breaking ball that misses upstairs for ball 1. So Caden Grice lit off the inning with a hard single to right. Nunez struck out swinging. And then Daly make that Riggio, who pinch hit for Daly, just missed a line drive double that spun just a couple of inches foul down the left field line and ended up striking out looking. Next pitch on the way from Pelio is a fastball at 95 outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. So Brown climbs into the driver's seat right here. Again, he represents the go-ahead run. The Anglers just have 7 outs to play with here as we sit in the back third of this ball game. Braves lead at 3-2, trying to keep it that way. 2-0 from Pelio. Swing and a miss, a late hack for strike 1 as Brown nods his head back towards the pitcher's mound. 2-1 the count.
96 on that fastball. It started to slip a little bit velocity-wise down to 92-93, but Pelio knows he's at the late end of his start, trying to pump it up and get the Bravos 1 final out to head to the 8th, still leading here 3-2.
He's set at the chest. His 2-1. Swing and a foul straight back. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that one at 97. So he is emptying the tank right now, trying to retire the Chatham number 9 batter and trying to lift this Braves team, who just minutes ago thought this game was tied, back into the dugout, still up by a run with 2 innings left to play.
19 strikes to 9 balls through an inning and 2/3 of work for Pelio so far. Check over to first base. Grice gets back in safely. And Pelio absolutely in the midst of his highest leverage spot of the season so far, trying to hold on to a 1-run lead that was just birthed by the Evan Slight home run in the top half of the 7th.
Or you could say just burned.
Even better, even better. 2-2 the count here with 2 down. Here's Pelio's pitch. Swinging a hard line drive, caught on a line by Shaw as he bends down to make the grab chest high to retire this side. You could not have hit a ball harder than Marcus Brown did right there, but right at the shortstop in Shaw. That gets Pelio out of trouble after the leadoff single from Grice. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on for Chatham here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Running to the top of the 8th, Braves could use some insurance. They lead it 3-2 here on the Braves Radio Network.
Feeling lucky? Head over to the 50-50 table at Doran Park and play everyone's favorite ballpark game of chance. A different list of prizes are available every home game, and of course, half the pot is always up for grabs. Take it from me, my family played the 50-50 last season and won a gift certificate to a local ice cream shop, and I can tell you firsthand it was delicious. Check out the list of prizes over at the 50-50 table next to the concession stand and play the 50-50 leg, because I'm sure there's a prize for you.
For the first time since 2019, the Cape Cod League All-Star Game is back. On Saturday, July 23rd at 6:45, the best players on Cape will come together in Wareham and duke it out in an East Division versus West Division clash. In 2021, the Braves had a league-leading 9 All-Stars, but they weren't able to shine in the mid-season showcase. But now the game is back, and it will include your favorite Braves stars, as well as the best talent from around the Cape.
This is Braves outfielder Jack Duffy from Polk State College. Go Braves.
Boy, has this one been fun. 2 innings left to go here at Veterans Field in Chatham. The Braves lead it 3-2 on a back-and-forth night at historic Veterans Field. With Max Tanzer, I'm Calvin Cristoforo as we start the 8th inning, and Jack Duffy set to climb in, but not before. A break in the action as Tom Holliday is continuing to bark at our home plate umpire, Dave Perry. A highly contested call in the bottom of the 7th inning. A line drive down the left field line that Chatham thought was fair. It would have tied the game on an RBI double. Called foul by Perry, the home plate umpire, keeps this game 3-2. And the first pitch to Duffy to start the 8th is a breaking ball across home plate for strike 1.
And that's got to give a ton of momentum back to the Braves, as if that ball is called fair, whether it was actually fair or foul.
Next pitch to Duffy's inside. The count evens at 1-1.
Whether it is fair or foul, if it is called fair and puts Grice at least at third, if not scoring, the momentum is totally in favor of Chatham. Meanwhile, a punch to the gut, now trail by 1.
So the Braves need 6 more outs, but would love some insurance here on the offensive end. The 1-1 misses away. It's gone to 2-1.
And Duffy's had a good night so far. Has reached in 2 of his 3 plate appearances as the Braves look to get some insurance.
The 2-1, skied fouled above the Anglers' dugout third base side. We've gone to 2-2. Duffy 1 for 2 in the evening, singled in the first, an RBI single at that to drive home the Braves' first run. Walked and scored in the 4th and then struck out in the 6th. The 2-2. Fouled back to the screen.
And Duffy has not been a stranger to the lengthy at-bat tonight. Had a really long at-bat against Ellerts back a couple of plate appearances ago and has been battling here against Holliday.
Braves looking for some insurance, up 3-2 here in the top of the 8th. Holliday kicks and fires. In the dirt, Duffy went around on it. The catcher in Travinsky picks it up and tags the back end of Duffy for the first out here in the 8th.
And Holliday, good start so far. After getting the quick pop out off the bat of Moylan, able to strike out Duffy. And again, this is a high leverage spot late. And this Falmouth team, we've mentioned it several times, has struggled offensively, talking about Chatham, excuse me. And they got to keep this a 1-run deficit.
Braves on the other end looking to extend the lead. Here's John Peck. Strike across the plate at 91 miles an hour. Holliday on the mound got the final out of the 7th inning. And then just punched out Jack Duffy to begin this 8th. Braves lead it 3-2, nobody on, 1 gone. Here's the pitch. Fastball fouled straight back.
And that fastball at 92 on that one right there. Holliday working quickly and pounding the zone very efficiently as well. Peck got a pitch over the heart of the plate right there, just at about the belt height. And again, took a massive rip at it. It's about time that he connects with one right here, because if he does, it's going to go a long way.
Peck looking to avoid the hat trick. He's 1 for 3 with a single and 2 Ks. The 0-2 pitch coming from Holliday. Bounce foul, third base side.
And a very aggressive delivery from Holliday as well to cope with that fastball that looks to have a lot of life on it. A high leg kick as he comes to the plate.
Temperatures have definitely cooled as the sun has gone down. 72 degrees on a summer evening on the 1st of July. The Braves, who went 7-7-3, 500 through June, look to start July off on the right foot as the Anglers on the other end look for their first win in 4 outings. Pretty good battle. Bravos lead it 3-2 in a tight one all throughout here in the 8th. The 0-2 coming to Peck. Curveball in the dirt, 1-2.
And we're well back behind the plate right now, but you could see some sharp late life and break on that curveball right there. Really good take from Peck. So this probably started about the chest height and then drifted well down out of the zone.
The 1-2, he goes back to the fastball and it's fouled away. It's been really a 2-pitch mix so far for Holliday. Fastball and then that tight spinning curveball.
And that's what's going to be tough. Again, that fastball he's living at the top of the zone with, and that curveball has so much vertical drop late, and he can cope those two together and tunnel them very effectively.
The 1-2, he goes back to that curveball and catch John Peck waving at it. Back-to-back punch-outs by Holliday to start off the 8th, and there's 2 gone for the Braves outfielder, Carson Roccaforte.
And that is such a good sequence right there, because he saw Peck take very aggressive and hard hacks at that fastball up in the strike zone, and then he starts that breaking ball in the same spot, and then it just drifts off almost towards the dirt. And no chance for Peck, as that was well out of his reach.
Roccaforte looks at a first pitch fastball in there for a strike. Rockefort on the night, 0 for 2, a walk in the second, then a fly out and a ground out. Here's the 0-1. Laced over the third base dugout. Good job there by the Braves' third base coach in Brad Cook, dodging a line drive right at him. Sails over his head into foul territory, but quickly, Brian Holiday is working, and quickly's up ahead 0-2. One pitch away from striking out the side. Here it is. Looks like a cross up there. A fastball whistled straight back to the screen. Not even a glove put on it by the catcher in Travinsky, as the count will go to 1-2.
And he reached out towards his left, and it's not too many times you see a ball get past a catcher that was almost inside their elbow. And that looked to be the case right there for Travinsky again. I think he was expecting it to maybe run a little bit more, which it did not. That was a fastball at about 91.
Let's see what he does on the 1-2, the pitch. Curveball missing away for ball 2. Braves lead 3-2, 2 outs, nobody on here at the top of the 8th. Bravo's looking for some insurance as it goes to Justin Willis at the back end of the Braves bullpen. The 2-2 is in there on the inside corner. Carson Rockefort is caught looking in a dominant 1-2-3 inning as Brian Holiday retires the Braves in order, all by strikes. We're heading to the 8th. The Braves still lead it 3-2 when we come back on the home half of the 8th inning. Missed the biggest part of the game? Don't worry, the Bravos have you covered. Catch the call of the game on the Braves Twitter @BourneBraves to hear the night's biggest moment. From big-time strikeouts to crazy web gems, game-winning home runs, and more, whether you hear it for the first time or you just want to relive the magic, the call of the game will bring back the best moment from the night that was.
Free! It's a word you don't hear often, but it's the only word in the Cape Cod League. Every single game on the Cape is free, which means you can bring the entire family, extended family, and the extended family for no charge at Doran Park or to any other game on the Cape. Catch the best collegiate summer league in the nation for absolutely no charge all summer long.
Cape Cod League Baseball is back on the New England Sports Network in 2022. Nesson will feature 5 Cape League games on its airwaves this season, the first of which comes on June 30th when the Braves take on the Falmouth Commodores, and then the Nesson crew comes to Doran Park on July 21st when the Braves host the Wareham Gatemen. All Cape League games on Nesson start at 7, and the station will also feature the league's All-Star Game. It's the best summer baseball in the nation, and it's live on the same station as the Boston Red Sox all summer long.
Hey, this is Ty Cummings, Braves pitcher from Campbell University, and this is Bourne Braves Baseball.
This one's getting tight. This one is getting late. 3-2, the Braves lead it in the bottom half of the 8th inning here from Veterans Field. Braves looking to make it a 3-game winning streak. Chatham on the other end looking to break their 3-game losing streak. And how about this, Max? 4th inning of work from Mason Pelio out of the Braves bullpen.
Absolutely. He was put under some pressure back in that 7th inning. Surprised to see him back out there, but nonetheless, high-leverage guy, throws hard. Good spot for him.
Delivers a first pitch strike across the plate to the leadoff man, Jake Deleo, who's provided all the offense for Chatham tonight with a 2-run home run in the 5th. Another slider there on 0-1, and Pelio has quickly jumped ahead of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket here 0-2.
And DeLeo's come up in big spots, had a big grand slam a couple weeks ago here at Veterans Field. The guy you want up in this spot right here in the 8th.
Pelio already with 3 strikeouts to his name tonight. Looking to keep the dangerous Jake Deleo off the bases to start the 8th inning. Here's the 0-2. Another curveball, this time Deleo not biting. Keeps the hand back and watches it bounce in the dirt for ball 1.
We touched on it when he came into the game, but command was one of his largest issues back at Boston College in the spring this summer. Tonight so far of his 32 pitches, 22 strikes. That's a really, really good sign for the hard-throwing right-hander.
He's really dangerous when he is throwing balls for strikes. Let's see what he does here on the 1-2. Fastball probably outside of the zone, but Deleo having to protect, slaps it foul straight back. Still life on that fastball, too. 94 miles an hour on that heater.
I was going to say that's going to be a tough pitch to foul off of when it's up in the zone at 94. Impressive stuff from Deleo to get a piece of it just to stay alive.
Braves looking to keep the Chatham leadoff man off the bases here to begin the bottom half of the 8th. The Bravos lead it 3-2 on a solo Evan Slight home run in the top of the 7th. The 1-2 pitch coming to the Chatham leadoff man. Fastball in the dirt, 2-2.
Just overthrowing that one right there, 94 that he threw about 55 feet right there. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now. He's shown in both of the 2 pitches he's been working with tonight, that breaking ball and the fastball. He's shown confidence front dooring it to right-handers as well. We'll see if he goes there with Deleo.
See what he does, 2-2. Another curveball. Deleo takes a swing and a miss at it, and Mason Pelio is just on another level right now. His 4th punch out of this game, and it's a big first out here on the 8th.
And that curveball has been devastating tonight. Again, this one well down and out of the zone. And Deleo trying to check his swing, but was rung up by the home plate umpire and Perry. He knew it. Big strikeout.
So 1 is gone here on the 8th, and Tom Holliday, the manager for Chatham, going back to his bench. Here's Guy Garibay Jr. looking to provide Chatham some sort of life here with just 5 outs to play with. First pitch to him's across at 95 miles an hour for strike 1.
And this is very characteristic of Tom Holliday. They used 13 bats yesterday, so 4 pinch hitters. He's not afraid to go to his bench, especially when his offense is struggling.
0-1, another fastball in there for a strike. So Pelio, after punching out Deleo to start this inning, has climbed ahead of the pitch hitter Garibay, now 0-2. Looking to punch out back-to-back batters to start the 8th. Off the hands, a fastball is fisted to third. John Peck on the run, makes the one-handed catch at the chest to retire the pinch hitter on just 3 pitches, and 2 are gone after the pop out to third is the second out here on the 8th.
And it sounded like he broke his bat. That was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball in on the fists. And again, the third baseman Peck was playing back behind the bag, so he had a long way to go, but good athlete, good speed, was able to get there in plenty of time.
So Chatham quickly down to their final 4 outs of this game, and Mason Pelio is 1 out away from 4 spectacular innings. Coming into play tonight, his longest appearance in a Braves uniform was just 2 innings of work. His first pitch to Ingram. Fastball in the dirt for ball 1. Ingram batting out of the 3 spot tonight for the Anglers. A strikeout and then a couple of groundouts to the right side. Trying to get something going here in the 8th. The 1-0. Fastball upstairs, 2-0.
You got Hayden Travinsky on deck right here. Again, this is the threatening part of this lineup. And Pelly behind 2-0 is going to have to be careful right here. Again, Ingram, despite being 3 for 27 coming into tonight, launched 14 homers at Wichita State this year, so he can get into one.
The 2-0 pitch misses just a hair below the zone. It's 3-0.
That's a really close spot, and you know Pelio wanted that one right there, just maybe an inch or 2 below the knees. The catcher and Frick tried to stick it there, but could not get the call.
Would Chatham love a base runner here in the 8th? The 3-0 pitch misses inside. It's a 4-pitch walk to Ingram, and the Anglers' left fielder is on with 2 gone here in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
And with the snap of the fingers, the Anglers now have the tying run at first base, and the go-ahead run coming to the plate. So he's got to be really careful here with Travinsky.
Braves lead it 3-2. 2 men out, 1 man on base. Ingram takes ball 4. Here in the 8th inning, the batter is Hayden Travinsky, who's 0 for 2 on the night. First pitch. Slider misses above the zone for ball 1.
You got to wonder if Pelio's running out of gas a little bit right here. 5 straight balls, that slider backed up a bit. Maybe faltering just a little bit with his command.
See what he comes with on the 1-0 pitch to Travinsky. In there at 95 miles an hour for a strike, making you eat your words a little bit there.
Hey, if that's what made it work, we'll take it. 95 right on the black right there, really good spot. For a guy who's been as efficient as he has been tonight, 5 straight balls, a little bit out of character, but good bounce back.
The 1-1. Misses at the knees below him for ball 2. Braves will have 7, 8, and 9 in their half of the 9th inning. But Mason Pelio looking to keep this game right where it is right now with his team up 3-2 here on the road at Veterans Field in Chatham with 2 gone in the bottom half of the 8th. The 1-2 to Travinsky. Down below the zone, and it has gone to 3-1. After a lightning quick start to this inning, Pelio got Deleo to strike out and then got Kazignazi to pop to the third baseman Peck. Ingram took a 4-pitch walk, and now Travinsky, the cleanup man, is in the driver's seat, 3-1. Can Mason Pelio get out of this inning and keep it a 1-run Braves lead? Here's the 3-1. In there, a strike at 95. The count has gone full.
And Trafinski having a tough time right there. A fastball at 95 on the outside corner. Looks like he was going to take a rip at it, decided to hold back, a strike either way.
3-2 Braves lead. The runner on first base in Ingram will be running on the pitch. Full count, 2 out, bottom of the 8th. Mason Pellia looking to get out of this inning unscathed. Here's the 3-2. The plot thickens, fouled back. They'll do it again.
And last inning, when Pellia was in trouble late in that inning with 2 outs, we saw that fastball tick up to 96, 97, that last one at 96 right here. There's almost no doubt that this is his last inning right here, so probably going to give it all the gas he has left in the tank.
3-2 pitch coming. Here it is. Another one fouled away. The odometer is already reading E right now, but Pellia is looking for one more pitch to escape this inning and keep the Braves in the lead, with Justin Willis, the UConn closer, waiting in the wings for the 9th inning in the Braves bullpen. Full count pitch. Braves lead at 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Here it is. Skied into left field, very shallow foul territory. The third baseman Peck gives way to the shortstop Shaw, who ranges back towards center field and makes the one-handed catch by his belt to retire the side. How about the outing from Mason Pellia tonight? 4 innings of scoreless baseball, and the Bravos lead at 3-2 as we make the turn for the 9th on the Born Braves Radio Network.
You know what Pete Alonso, Kevin Youkilis, and Lou Merloni all have in common? Go ahead, take a guess. Yeah, that's right. They're all former Born Braves. The list of famous Bravo alumni is lengthy and it's growing fast. Take 2021 Major League Baseball first overall pick Henry Davis, for example. He was on the Cape just 3 summers ago, back in 2019. So make sure you don't miss out on watching the future stars of tomorrow today. Admission to all games at Doran Park and around the Cape Cod League is free. For the full Braves schedule, head to the Bravos team website, bornbraves.org.
Did you know it takes $150,000 to field the Braves every summer? We are a non-profit, all-volunteer organization that relies solely on the donations of private citizens and local businesses. The Born Braves are a 501c organization, and all donations are tax deductible. You can donate today online at bornbraves.org.
Here we go, top half of the 9th inning. The Braves looking for some much-needed insurance. They lead it 3-2 over Chatham here as we're through 8 innings at what has been an excellent game of baseball tonight under the lights here at Veterans Field.
And the Braves have played some tight baseball over the last couple of evenings. A 1-0 win against Falmouth last night, up 3-2 right here. And you said it. It would be a very comfortable bottom of the 9th inning if they could get another run or 2 right here. Bottom third of the order due up. Last time Evan Slight lit off an inning, it was the go-ahead home run in the 7th. Let's see if he could get Holiday here for another one right now to give them some breathing room, to say the least, for the bottom of the 9th.
Slight with a very good and rather interesting night. Drove a run in the 4th inning by laying down a suicide squeeze bunt, and then turn around in the 7th and it went over the wall to give the Braves the 3-2 lead, which is where the score sits now in the top of the 9th. Slight has 2 of the 3 Braves runs driven into his ledger on the evening and is looking for more to start the inning here against Brian Holiday in his second clean inning of work, the first pitch. Across the plate at 90 miles an hour on a heater for strike 1.
And you got to love it. Slight playing some small ball in the 4th inning with the squeeze bunt RBI and then launches one out to the Berman right in his next plate appearance.
Now he watches a fastball miss below the zone. The count will even at 1-1. The suicide squeeze, kind of a lost art in today's game of baseball, but the Braves executed it perfectly in the 4th. Here's the 1-1. Takes a big rip and a miss. Going for the downs again that time. He swings through a fastball at 91 as the count goes to 1-2 on the Braves left fielder. Holiday coming to the plate is 1-2. Slider that just misses on the inside corner. The Anglers fans here wanted it, but the count evens on a dangerous bat in Evan Slight. Holiday working from the wind. He kicks and fires. Pitches pop foul right over our heads. It'll stay at 2-2.
And for Holiday, that fastball not particularly overpowering on the radar gun, at least. It's sitting around 90 to 91. But we've seen a ton of late hacks, probably produced by the very quick pace he's working at and riding the top of the zone.
A 2-2, swing and a miss on a curveball down and away from Slight. And that's a big strikeout by Brian Holiday. His 4th straight Brave retired by the way of the K, and one is gone here in the 9th.
And that breaking ball just fell off the table. Late, sharp action back towards the dirt behind home plate. And again, you said it, 4 punch-outs in a row. Brian Holiday doing a fantastic job keeping this a 1-run deficit.
Braves would love some production out of the catcher position. Tomas Frick still hitless for the Bravos in his 8 at-bats. Here's the first pitch, and it's fouled back to the screen. Frick on the evening bounced into his 6-4-3 double play to end the second, grounded to first, and swung and missed at strike 3 in the 7th, the last time he faced Brian Holiday. Here's the 0-1 of the UNC catcher. Curveball that drops, but too high. The count will go to 1-1.
And a very hitters-friendly strike zone tonight behind home plate for Dave Perry. You could hear it, the Chatham fans not happy with that call.
And another pitch that just misses. The count has gone to 2-1.
And we even saw it with Deleo in the top half, or I should say the bottom half of the 8th inning. A couple of really close pitches that he didn't get.
2-1 pitch coming to Tomas Frick. That one not even near the zone. No conversation about that one by anyone at the ballpark. It's gone to 3-1. Braves would love a base runner. They lead it 3-2 in the top of the 9th inning with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Bounces in the dirt. Tomas Frick is on, and the Braves do get an all-important man on first base with 1 out here in the 9th.
And that's a good bounce-back plate appearance for Frick. He worked a 3-2 count back in his last at-bat in the 7th inning and went after a slider well out of the zone, 3-2. That would have been ball 4. This time takes a couple of really close pitches, works a walk that sets up a good spot here for the Braves.
Really surprised to see the Braves are not going with a pinch runner here. They'll let the catcher Frick run for himself as Bryce Eblin climbs in, the left-handed batter's box for the Braves. His 4th at-bat of the evening, 0-for-2 with a walk. Frick leads off first pitch, the first from Holiday. Fouled third base side.
And you have a couple of decent runners on the bench as we speak, and Alan Espinal still available, so if they wanted to pinch run for Frick, they could just bring out Espinal, make that into the game who started yesterday. But bottom of the lineup upright here. Let's see if Eblin can get something going for the top of the order looming on deck.
Frick stays on the bases. Here's the 0-1 Eblin. Outside and a fastball at 90. The count will go to 1-1. Three to 2 is the Braves' lead. 1 man on, 1 man out, and a 1-1 count coming to the second baseman, Bryce Eblin. 2-1 as Brian Holiday, after punching 4 straight Braves hitters out, walked Tomas Frick on 5 pitches and has fallen behind the Braves' number 9 batter, Bryce Eblin. Here 2-1.
And the biggest difference, they're spitting on that breaking ball now. That's been down out of the zone each time.
Here's the 2-1. Fastball comes up and in and drills Bryce Eblin square in the middle of the back, right in the center, the number 2 in red on the back of his navy blue uniform. And for a bottom of the Braves order that has been really unproductive tonight, the number 9 batter in Frick takes ball 4. Bryce Eblin gets hit with a pitch, and now back to the top of the order. Here's Brendan Malone with suddenly 2 men on and 1 gone here in the 9th.
And Holiday was in really good shape. We mentioned it. Frick was up at the plate, took a couple of really close pitches that you could tell both Holiday and the catcher Travinsky wanted to be called strikes. He ends up walking him and then falls behind Eblin, hits him now, and all of a sudden, you blink your eyes, first and second, 1 down at the top of the order up here.
Brendan Malone in his Braves debut, trying to come through. The first pitch. Curveball too high, and Holiday has fallen behind his 3rd straight Braves hitter. It's 1-0. Malone just picked up and activated from Brewster today. 0-for-2 in his Braves debut, but can he make an immediate impact if he can get a base hit here? The 1-0. Up and in, 2-0.
That's a fastball up and in right there. Again, staying up out of the zone as we're going to see a meeting on the mound. But 2-0 right here. He's struggled to find the strike zone. You're having a mound meeting right now. He struggled to command both pitches, again, particularly that curveball. It's either missed well down out of the zone, which has been a good chase pitch, but the Braves are finally starting to lay off it, or it's backing up on him and missing up out of the zone. So if I'm alone right here, I am pinholing a fastball in a certain spot at the plate right here, and anything other than that, you're not going to go for it because you need to make Holiday throw a strike right here.
And there is nobody warming in that Chatham bullpen. This is Brian Holiday's inning. Can Malone find that heater and come up with a big-time base hit as the Braves look for insurance? Here's Holiday's 2-0. Hit into right field. This is twisting foul. If it's fair, it's trouble, but it is foul into the Braves bullpen, and the count will go to 2-1 on a loud foul out.
And he got a fastball at 90 miles an hour. Was a little bit late on it right there. I think we mentioned the wind blowing out in that direction. Had some late carry on it. But Malone gets another spot opportunity right here.
So not a foul out, a foul ball. Braves lead it 3-2, 2 out, 1 on here in the 9th inning. The pitch to Malone. Another one fouled away. The count has gone to 2-0.
And a good bounce back for Holiday. Maybe he just needed some time to take a breather right there. A couple of pitches inside that Malone a little bit had his shoulder flying open just a little bit. Sets up a good spot for that sweeping breaking ball.
2-2 pitch, 2 on, 1 out in the 9th. Just got a piece of it, rattles the mask of the catcher Travinski, and he hangs around. They'll see another 2-2 pitch. The runner on second base is Frick. He took ball 4. Eblin just got hit by a pitch. He leads off of first. Braves hunting for insurance, leading 3-2 with 1 out in the top of the 9th. The Yukon closer, Justin Willis, is ready for the bottom half of this inning. Here's the 2-2. Fouled again. And the plot thickens 2-2 as some more dramatic flair has been added onto this game.
Absolutely, and the Braves need to execute right here. Of course, you're confident with your bullpen going in the bottom of the 9th inning, but one base runner, you have the tying run on base for Chatham in that bottom of the 9th inning and the winning run at the plate. And you got a couple of runners, ducks on the pond right here, 2-2. Malone has been late on that fastball in every swing, so we'll see if Holiday sticks with it.
2 ducks on the pond for a duck at home plate. The Oregon product, Brendan Malone, in his Braves debut, trying to come through for the Bravos and extend their lead. Braves with just a slim 1-run tally. The 2-2. In the dirt, the count has gone full.
And a good take right there. You could see Malone took the bat off his shoulder, started to get into that slot, but watched it right into the glove of Travinski. Now 3-2 right here. We've already seen a walk and a hit by pitch in that order to both Frick and Eblin. Holiday's not going to want to miss right here, so he should get a good pitch to hit.
2 on, 1 out. Braves lead by 1. The 3-2 to Malone. Runners going, and Malone spoils it back to the screen.
And just 1 out right there. So again, Scott Lander's playing some aggressive baseball right there, trying to force some action.
The ever-dangerous Matt Shaw, who is 3 for 4 on the night, waits patiently on deck. 3-2, Braves lead. 2 men on, 1 man out in the top of the 9th. Braves looking for some insurance here at Veterans. Here's the 3-2. Hit high and deep into left center field. Coming on is the left fielder in Garibay. He makes the catch, a big one at that, as he got on his horse and chased it down with a belt-high grab for a massive second out. Brendan Malone is retired. The runners stay where they are, and now it's up to Matt Shaw to do damage with 2 gone here in this inning.
And what an at-bat by Malone right there. Again, had to be north of 8 pitches at the very least. Maybe just caught this one a little bit towards the end of the bat as the left fielder and Gilbert had to cut across towards his left as the alley left center. And now with 2 down here, just what the doctor ordered with Shaw coming to the plate if you're the Braves.
First pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Shaw takes a swing at it, but misses. The bad breaking ball there by Holiday as the count goes to 0-1. Shaw 3 for 4 on the night. 2 singles and a double. He did strike out in the 3rd. Trying to come through with 2 runners on and 2 men gone in the away half of the 9th. The pitch. Off the end of the bat, nubbed off of Shaw, but he's in the batter's box. So it's just a foul ball, and Holiday has once again found the strike zone. The count has gone to 0-2 on the Braves shortstop.
Back-to-back breaking balls right there. 2 very out-in-front swings from Shaw. Again, that one just got a piece of it as he nubbed it off the end of the bat. And when the Braves are chasing that breaking ball down in the zone, that's when they're giving Holiday the leverage here. He can now go wherever he wants ahead 0-2.
Can the Braves get another run here in the 9th? The pitch. Another curveball. This one is slammed, but right at the center fielder Deleo, who makes the head-high catch with one hand to retire the side here in the top of the ninth. The Braves threaten but do not score. We're headed to the bottom half of the ninth, and buckle up. The Braves lead by just a single run. It's a 3-2 ball game with 3 more outs to come on the Born Braves Radio Network.
43 of the Braves' 44 regular season games this summer will take place on the Cape, but for the first time ever on July 25th, Polar Park, home of the Worcester Red Sox, will host a Cape Cod League game when the Bravos take on the Wareham Gatemen at 6:45. Gates open at 5:45, and admission is $10 to watch the Braves take on a West Division rival on an even greater stage.
The Braves are the reigning champs of the Cape Cod League West Division, but the West in 2022 is loaded again and as wild as ever. With 6 games against Hyannis, Wareham, Falmouth, and West Division runner-up Katuitt, it's a packed slate against division foes thirsty for revenge. To check out where and when the division matchups go down, head to our website, bornbraves.org, and check out the Bravos' full schedule.
After COVID-19 canceled the 2020 season and shortened 2021, this year will be the first since 2019 with a full 44-game schedule and an 8-team playoff. That means you can catch the Braves squaring off with each team in the West 6 times and each team in the East 4 times. It's a jam-packed slate for the Braves in 2022, and you can check out the squad's complete schedule on our website, bornbraves.org.
This one is going down to the wire. Now back to Born Braves baseball.
Oh boy, is it in fact going down to the wire here at Veterans Field. The Braves lead it 3-2 as we play in the bottom half of the ninth inning. The Bravos looking to win their 3rd straight game. Chatham, on the other hand, looking to break a 3-game losing streak. And with 3 outs left to get, the Braves go to one of the best closers in the nation this season, the right-hander Justin Willis.
Out of UConn this year, 15 saves. How about the strikeout-to-walk ratio? 44 punch-outs to 11 free passes. In just 26 innings of work, he did have a 5.54 ERA. But again, he's familiar with this spot. There's not a better guy to try and hold on to a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the ninth inning in front of a packed house here at Veterans Field.
Willis was nails for the Huskies this season, but put right into the fire in his Braves debut, looking to get 3 more outs as the Braves look to win their 2nd straight game by just a single run. Willis will face 5, 6, and 7 in this Chatham order. Dominic Temez, Caden Grice, and Anthony Nunez due up against the UConn hurler. Braves broke a scoreless tie in a solo home run by Evan Slight to right field in the 7th, and have hung on to a 3-2 advantage ever since. Temez on the night is 0 for 3, a fly out to right, a line out to right, and a strikeout back in the 6th. Willis working strictly out of the stretch with his battery mate Tomas Frick. Comes to the stretch, and his first pitch is across the plate on a slider for strike 1.
And Temez is a big, big plate appearance right here. If you're Willis, you got to get him out. You do not want Grice, who has a ton of power, 12 home runs this year at Clemson, coming to the plate representing the winning run.
0-1 to Temez. Tap foul right in front of the Chatham dugout. The count has suddenly gone to 0-2. You mentioned his strikeout ratio. This is a guy who punched out 44 batters in 26 innings for the Huskies this season. Looking to get a big strikeout here to start the ninth against the Chatham DH Dominic Temez. The 0-2 pitch. A fastball up and in. It buzzed the tower at 91 miles an hour for ball 1.
And he started him off with 2 breaking balls that, of course, him being a right-hander, starts at him and runs across the plate. You could see him almost start to get into that slot on that fastball, probably after seeing those 2 breaking balls run the opposite direction. That one just stayed straight and buzzed the towers right across his face.
He kicks and fires his 1-2. In the dirt, good job by Temez to lay off of it. The count has gone even at 2-2. It's a primary fastball slider mix from Willis. Dangles the ball down by his knees as he looks in at the catcher Frick. Gets the sign he likes. Comes set. His 2-2. spoiled away, foul. The count will stay the same at 2s.
And it looks like it's going to be a fastball and breaking ball mix for him, 2-pitch mix. And I really like the pitch he threw on the 1-2 count, a breaking ball down out of the zone. It was a really good take by Temez, but after seeing that heater up and in, really exposing that outside corner of the plate to him.
Braves looking to get a save here in the 9th. The 2-2 to Temez. Hit to third. Peck on a hop makes the play. The throw to first is in the dirt, and it's by Josh Moylan all the way to the retaining screen. Rounding first into second is Temez. He's there standing and on a throwing error, which has plagued the Braves all season long. Dominic Temez is in scoring position with nobody gone here to start the 9th.
And it was so close to a errorless game here for the Braves, in which they're undefeated this year when they don't make an error. And Peck had this play made perfectly. Again, fielded it on the long hop. So we're going to see a pinch runner here for Temez. And just skip the throw over to first base. Moylan could not pick it cleanly. And not only is the tying run at second, but as we said earlier, Grice, a lot of pop coming to the plate with a blast onto the berm right here, could win this game.
You could tell right off the hand that throw was going to be trouble for Josh Moylan, the Braves' first baseman. It is an error in a very unopportune spot for the Braves. As Chatham has a runner in scoring position down by just a single run, the Braves looking to hold on to a 3-2 lead here in the 9th, but it just got a lot more difficult. First pitch to the big man, Grice. Outside for ball 1. Caden on the night, 2 for 3 for Chatham, did ground to third in the 4th inning. A guy who belted 12 home runs for Clemson this season, but will strike out, had 97 Ks for the Tigers, second in all of the NCAA. Here's the 1-0. Outside, it has gone to 2-0. First base is open. That would put the double play in effect, but it also would put the winning run on first base.
After Grice, you have the bottom third of this lineup coming up, so he can afford to be a little bit careful if he wants to here. And it's especially important here now behind 2-0.
Let's see what he does. A good hitter's count for a good hitter in Caden Grice. The pitch. Big rip and a miss. He wanted to end it on one swing, but he came up empty on a slider for strike 1.
And that slider's been effective for him tonight. Got his first 2 strikes against Temez on it and got a swing and a miss there from Grice.
Matt Hogan, the pinch runner, dances off of second base. Braves lead it 3-2, but Chatham has the tying run in scoring position with nobody out here in the 9th. The 2-1 to Grice will not be made as Willis steps off the rubber and checks on Hogan, who dances back to the bag. A home run will win this game for Chatham, and Grice has already 2 of them to his name this season. Bravo's looking to find a way to prevent the tying run to score from second base with nobody out in the inning. Here's the 2-1 pitch to the big right fielder. Wave and a miss on a fastball dancing towards the third base dugout for strike 2.
And a good location on that one right there. That fastball in the outside corner pairs really well with the breaking ball, which he got him to swing and miss at a couple pitches ago. And now is the ability to expand the zone just a little bit if he wants to right here. As you mentioned, Grice has a lot of swing and miss in his game.
Would this be a big-time punch-out from the UConn right-hander? The 2-2 to Grice. Up and away, the count has gone full. Boy, has this one been tight all throughout. It's a 3-2 Braves lead, but the tying run is in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. A full count pitch coming to the Chatham right fielder, Caden Grice, who leads the Cape in strikeouts but is not punched out tonight. The 3-2. Down low in the dirt, he lays off of it. It's ball 4, and the Anglers have the tying run on second and the winning run on first, still with nobody out in this inning.
And that's a really, really good take by Grice right there. Again, in a big spot right there, you have a chance to tie the game, if not win the game. A lot of times you see guys expand the strike zone. Got a breaking ball that started about the knee height, dropped down in towards the dirt, laid off of it. And now he hands the baton off to Anthony Nunez.
Anthony Nunez in his debut for Chatham, a switch-hitting infielder, squares to bunt. The pitch is in there, down below the zone on a fastball. Nunez pulled back. it's been a hitter-friendly zone all night long. The Braves dugout up in arms right now, but that's been a ball consistently.
And I almost wonder if Perry, the home plate umpire, was masked a little bit by Nunez showing bunt and then pulling back late. Again, a really close spot right there that Willis needed.
He's squaring again. He pulls back again and watches a breaking ball miss below the zone. The count is now 2-0. Nunez, who spent his last 2 seasons of baseball playing in the minor leagues, eligible for college because he made under the league minimum. Just finished his true freshman season at Tampa, trying to come through in his Anglers debut. He squares to bunt. Once again, the 2-0 is bunted down the third base line. Here comes Peck on the run, makes the throw to first to retire Nunez, but the runners both advance 90 feet. The go-ahead run is on second. The tying run is on third, still with 1 out in this inning.
And it does not get better than this, Calvin. Here comes Rock Riggio, who is a part of the controversial foul ball call a couple innings ago that likely would have scored Caden Grice from first base. Assuming the Braves don't put him on right here, which it looks like they will now set up a bases-loaded spot for the 9-hole hitter in Brown. So Riggio won't get the opportunity to redeem himself right here, but then again, the Anglers will take this spot. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second. Now force it all backs. A good opportunity for the Braves to turn a game-ending double play.
Oh, the drama tonight at Veterans Field. Braves lead it 3-2 in the bottom of the 9th inning, but the bases are loaded with just 1 out as Chatham looks to finally break through an Anglers team that is just 1-8-1 in its last 10 contests.
Corners drawn in as well, so they have less range over their hard ground ball in their direction, likely gets through.
The batter is the 9-man Marcus Brown. Willis comes to the set at the belt. The pitch. Fastball that misses high for ball 1. A strikeout pitcher in Willis, a guy who had 15 saves for UConn this season and punched out 44 batters in 26 innings, needs a strikeout in the worst of ways right now. And the Anglers had of him loaded in a 1-run game. Bravos leading here with 1 gone in the 9th. Deep breath by Willis, the pitch. In there on a slider at 80 miles per hour for strike 1.
And that's really the only pitch he's been able to throw for a strike so far tonight. Again, a couple of walks, which has been uncharacteristic of him when you look at his year at UConn. And nowhere to put Brown right here, and you have Deleo on deck, who has arguably been the best hitter this summer so far for Chatham and has already homered tonight. So he desperately needs a ground ball right here.
Deleo 2 for 4, but the focus is on Brown. Here is the 1-1 pitch. Skied, it's a pop-up right side. Going back is Shaw. He calls off the third baseman Peck, and he makes the catch with one hand at the bill of his cap for the 2nd out of this inning, and oh boy, was it a big one.
Absolutely, a pitch at the top of the zone. That's where he's been whistling with his fastball the majority of the time tonight. This time Brown went after it, and Shaw has been a vacuum so far tonight, able to make the play. And here comes a man who has excelled with the bases loaded so far this summer in a big, big spot.
This is what you dream about in the backyard. Jake Deleo stepping to home plate. This game is separated by just a single run. It's a 3-2 Braves lead. The bases are loaded in the bottom of the 9th inning, and arguably Chatham's best hitter, and Jake Deleo is in the box, already with a home run to his name tonight. Can the Braves pull out what would be an incredibly gutsy win here at Veterans Field in Chatham and go back above 500 on the season? It's up to Justin Willis, the new Braves closer, to do just that. His first pitch. Inside, it almost hit Deleo, who dances out of the box. It's ball 1.
And that was a breaking ball that backed up right there. It's been a very reliable pitch for him tonight. And again, Willis was not, or make that, Deleo was not backing out of the way right there. That one almost nicked him in the front shoulder.
There's nowhere to put Jake Deleo. The tying run is on third. The go-ahead run is on second. The 1-0. Down low for ball 2. A really good hitter's count to a really good hitter in Jake Deleo. A guy who coming into play tonight was 0 for his last 12, but has singled and homered, and now is looking to come through and win this game for the Anglers here in the 9th. 3-2 Braves lead. Here is the 2-0 with 2 gone to Jake Deleo. Slider by him for strike 1.
And a late swing on that slider as well. Was probably sitting on it and got one that just cruised across the middle third of the plate. Probably would like that one back. but the Braves will take it.
2-1 is the count. The bases are loaded. The tying run in Hogan leads off a third. The go-ahead run Grice leads off a second. The 2-1 pitch. This is hit high into right field, but Duffy is there, puts his arms out, and makes the one-handed catch, and the Bravos hold on. What a gutsy win. The Braves pull out at Veterans Field. It's the Braves 2, it's the Braves 3, it's the Anglers 2, and the Bravos come to Chatham, have their backs against the wall all night long, but come out victorious and extend their winning streak to 3 games.
It wouldn't be an Anglers-Braves matchup if it wasn't tight towards the end. You go back to Game 1 between these two on the 22nd, a 5-4 win after the 2-run go-ahead single by Harris in the 8th inning. The Anglers making it interesting here in the 9th, as that was quite a way to introduce Justin Willis into the Cape Cod League. But again, a tremendous job getting the pop-up from Marcus Brown to the shortstop and Shaw to keep the runners at their respective bags. And that is a huge win for the Braves, winning 3 in a row, now a season high. They move back above 500 for the first time since entering Sunday at 8-7-3. Doesn't get much better than that, Calvin.
This is a win the Braves had to get against an Anglers team 7 games under 500 coming into play tonight, and they hold on by the skin of their teeth. What a gutsy outing in his Braves debut by Justin Willis. He leaves the bases loaded with 1 out in the inning, gets back-to-back pop-outs. The Braves hold on, and you can make the argument all you want, but this is definitely on the Mount Rushmore of Braves' best wins of the season.
And we mentioned the debut for Willis, but how about the debut for Hunter Furtado, who through 5 innings allowed just 2 earned runs, and again, goes deeper than he ever did in school ball this year, keeping the Braves in this game. Give a lot of credit to Evan Slight as well, who again has been really struggling early on offensively this season. Drops down the squeeze bunt to drive in the second run of the night, which was, of course, the tying run at one point. And then in the 7th inning, comes to the plate and launches his first home run of the Cape season to give them a 3-2 lead. Ended up being the deciding run. So again, there's a lot of positives in this one. A lot of guys who haven't been producing as much this year really coming up big in this game this evening.
Mason Pelio gets the win, and he deserved it. He pitched 4 scoreless innings for the Braves. Justin Willis gets the save in his Braves debut, and Evan Slight's solo go-ahead home run in the 7th was the difference as the Braves come to Chatham and pull off a gutsy win in front of a packed house here at Veterans Field. The Bravos start July off on the right foot. They are 1-0 in the month, 8-7-3, back up over 500 of the season, and they'll be back at Doran Park tomorrow night when the lowly Falmouth Commodores make the trip just 10 miles north. That is a 6 o'clock first pitch tomorrow night at Doran. The Braves and Commodores going at it, of course, weather permitting. If that one gets rained out, we'll see you on Sunday in Wareham before the Braves are back for a 4th of July night against the Wareham Gatemen as Harvey Shapiro makes his return to Doran Park. We got a fun weekend ahead. The Braves win this one at 3-2 in big-time fashion here at Veterans Field in Chatham. For my partner, Max Tanzer, I'm Calvin Cristoforo. We'll see you tomorrow night at Doran Park when the Braves take on the Commodores.